Hey landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and I welcome you this Saturday, January 29th in the year 2022. Somehow we're already almost a month into the year, and I don't like that math. If you were here yesterday, you may have noticed that I was playing Super Auto Pets, a game that I've typically recently been streaming on Saturdays, because that game is a lot easier to play than most. I mean, it's not an easy game in and of itself. It's actually quite difficult, but you can sort of play it and get a enjoyable experience out of it by just doing stuff at random. Whereas this game punishes you even when you're trying sometimes. And the game we're playing tonight, to be clear, is Wintermoor Tactics Club, which recently we have been playing on Fridays. So we just did a little bit of a switcheroo because I had more brain space and patience today than I did yesterday when I was having a bad Friday. Wintermoor Tactics Club. We seem to be approaching the end of the game. I don't know exactly how long is left, as I was stating a moment ago to those here bright and early in chat. I think we are in Chapter 6, which the game has, ominously alluded to in some of its menus, that, it's some kind of point of no return where, a bunch of stuff gets closed off. And I would actually like to talk about that a little bit, where, I think moving forward, I'm no longer particularly interested in trying to do everything in the game. And a big part of that is just that really late in the last chapter, something optional happened that I don't feel like I had been given any sort of notice of. And I noticed it, right as I was, going into the boss battle for the chapter. And now I'm pretty sure it's just, immediately shut off. So it was, a side quest that, wasn't available to me at the start of the last chapter. That, I had to, be on the lookout for, and now is unavailable. And it's I mean, I guess if I can't 100% it, that's not, trying to 100% it doesn't really matter anymore. And, yeah, I don't know. I have thoughts about this game's, scaling and unlocking of characters and abilities and powers, but I think I'll talk more about that later, either while we're playing, or if we hit, a credits situation much earlier than expected, maybe a more detailed breakdown there. But as I said, I think we're in Chapter 6. The game has sort of alluded to that being possible end game, but I do, based on the fact that we do have two major things to resolve, which are an ongoing plot line we've had about the nature of our school's principal, who has some weird connection to the historical past of C&C, the tabletop RPG that the Wintermoor Tactics Club plays as their club activity. But also the snowball tournament that said weird principal put into place to eliminate all the clubs in the school and disband them, except for the one ultimate club, whoever wins. It's not exactly clear what his motives are. It feels like there's probably some tie between the two. As I think I stated the last time we streamed this game, I feel like there's likely some, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style twist in store for us, where, he wants us to prove that we're, better tabletop role-playing gamers than his old friends were, who sort of cut him out of the company or something by making decisions he didn't like. Long story short, we've been in a snowball tournament, and every time a club, one of the clubs in the school loses a round of the snowball tournament, they're disbanded forever. And we just completed our 5th round in the tournament, beating the Animal Identification Club, who, and this is true, cheat pretty blatantly. Upon so doing, our main character, Alicia, was, struggling to sleep because she's really not been cool with being responsible for disbanding other clubs in the school because she appreciates how important her own club is to her, and she is an empathetic character. She was struggling to sleep. She woke up in the middle of the night, saw one of the members of that club sort of wandering into an ongoing snowstorm, then wandered outside, found her co-member of that club looking for her, and I'm sorry, them. It's they, right? The snow leopards are they? I forgot that. But basically there was evidence that they like wandered into remember when the sinkhole appeared. There was this supposed like ice rink on the school quad, which was just like a big pool of water with a giant ice cube, like one real big ice cube in it. And at some point there was like a sinkhole leading down into some like dark cave, and Alicia and the other member of the Animal Identification Club went looking for its leader, and like had a vision of spooky cultists or something, which are probably all the members of the other clubs, because students have been disappearing on campus. And then when we like woke the next morning, we like gathered the tactics club, and I'm pretty sure we were like right on the verge of just going down there and like hoping for the best. Like, I don't really know what our plan is. We don't actually have superpowers. The conceit of this game is like, we'll plan our tactics the way we plan tactics in our RPG, and that will give us an advantage over people who are just kind of trying to lob snowballs at each other. And somehow we've ended up in this situation where we're like, we're gonna go deal with like a supernatural sinkhole in the school, like we're Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and like hope for the best. So like, some weird stuff is happening. But let's go ahead and get to it, if this will work at all today. Here it is. And, yes, Demolition, hi. Welcome to the stream. We're discussing Twitch channel points and, my most recent idea for a channel point redemption, which so far, has not received any... It's, you know, it's tough. It's really hard to come up with good ideas for channel point redemptions, and almost any time I've had one that I'm excited about that isn't, like, soundboard related, people are just sort of, like, resounding crickets. And I'm like, that's fine. You are not obligated to like my ideas, but, like, people clearly have interest in using channel points for more things, but, like, I don't hear a lot of suggestions, and they're really hard to come up with. Like, that's the trick. It's not like I'm out here, like, turning down, like, $1 million ideas. It's tough. It's tough. 1,000,000 points, Vasco plays a stream in costume. That might be too many points, but also... Have you ever tried streaming in a costume in Southern California? It's a lot to invite on yourself. I always want to click the wrong thing to start. Because I was here for that Halloween stream, and I don't know if you all could tell, but most of the moisture left my body when I sweated myself nearly to death. I have no regrets about doing it, but boy was it a lot. That was not an easy stream at all. That was one of my most difficult streams ever. Right up there with the, like, 4.5 hour Uncharted 2 stream, when someone was like, yeah, you're right near the end of the game. Around, like, hour 2.5, and then there were, like, 2 more whole hours of gameplay. Maybe just become a wizard. Ah. Now, Sarah, is that a suggestion for costume or a prediction for how the game will turn out? That I will essentially put on my wizard robe and hat. So this is Duncan. This is the other member of the Animal Identification Club. Everyone else here is members of our own club. And I'm gonna say this right off the top. The seemingly really late introduction of Baphomet as a playable character really helped to underscore what I think is one of this game's problems. Which is, this game doesn't have a traditional, like, leveling experience type of system where your characters get more powerful. And it seems at first like the conceit there is that, like, the combat system is relatively simplistic. You know, you have, like, 1 to 2 moves per character, and then, like, you can unlock, like, an optional 3rd or 4th move, and, everyone also eventually gets, like, an ultimate ability that requires a separate resource to use. And, like, I can imagine a game system in which, like, something that simplistic sort of works, But, like, the thing I've found is that the difficulty scaling of the challenges, like the various encounters, scales so much more steeply than your ability to get any better at it. And I think once that started being the case, the game gradually became more frustrating to me in a way that was subtle enough I didn't even notice it for like a week or two. But like, you know, we finally reached the point where we unlocked the ability to have specializations and equip like 2 things at the same time, and it's like, oh, like an actual upgrade to my power. And like by that point, we're already at like some of the game's like hardest challenges, so like it doesn't actually feel that rewarding to hit what feels like the power level I should have had like a whole chapter sooner. And then like when they introduce like a whole new character in Baphomet, and like the last chapter is like really heavily emphasizing like learning the new character and adding her to the team, it's like it was already such a grind to get to this like baseline level of power I have, and I'm like really just not excited about learning a new character this late in the game. And I think that's definitely a little bit more subjective than my other point about how I think it would help this game a lot to scale your own power a little more quickly, like decently more quickly. It doesn't have to be a huge boost in power, but like it feels bad that like you kinda are at the same level of power for like 2/3 of the game for the most part, and like the game is definitely getting harder like that whole time. So like these are some of the things I was thinking about since last week's stream. And the other main thing I was thinking about is I really hated that snow leopard thing, where the game tells you what the stats are on like the boss for the previous chapter to where we are now, and they're just false. They're just lies. If you read that information, the boss character can and will just kill you outright with no good explanation or reason. But as I summarized earlier, here is said snow rink. It leads into the abyss. We've gathered most of the club here. Where's the paladin, the guy I don't like, and also the horse guy who I kind of do like? Did they go on ahead? I don't really want to talk to 1,000 characters like to start off the stream, so let's just go downstairs and see what happens. Hello? Bueller? Is the cake alive? You saw me click that, right? I was clicking that a lot, and then I clicked it more, and then eventually it worked. But I don't know why that took like 9 clicks. Whoa, this place is cool. Be a great place to chill out or plan coups or both. This is where you saw the mysterious figures? Yeah, they were everywhere, and they were all staring at us. They were there for just a second, and then they disappeared. If you both saw it, you might not... If both of you saw it, you might not be insane. Then we must investigate. Come, plucky heroes, and also Baphomet, who is neither plucky nor heroic. Favorite character in terms of character. I mean, I like the main character a lot, which I do think helps the game's story and just me having interest in playing more of it. I like that she is... one of the things I actually like about her, even though I could see this also being a criticism of the game, I like that she's sort of quietly the leader of the group. The paladin guy is like the GM of the group, but he is also just like an absolute dingus, and like I think we all agree he's like one of the worst characters in the game. And so like at the start of the game, you know, he thinks he's in charge and he's cool and whatever. But I like that Alicia's like the heart of the team, and she like cares about everyone, even like her opponents in the games. And I think that creates a cool and interesting story, or like a layer to the story, that if this game lacked, I think the story would be like a lot less interesting. And then that being said, I think there's times when maybe they belabor that point a bit too much, but it's not like by a lot. I also kind of like Janya's like incredible enthusiasm. I would say those are probably my 2 favorite characters in terms of character, I think. The principal's kind of fun, but it's a little hard to gauge him since he's still kind of relatively mysterious. I see like a turnip with handlebars or something. And this is one of those masks they were wearing. It looks like there's something inscribed on it. Uh-oh. Is it like a 0-1 squirrel with no blood cost? I renounce my identity to become reborn. Oh, this is Jason Bourne's mask. The clue! We should take that to Scarlet, see what she makes of it. Isn't Scarlet like one of the first students who disappeared in the Great Disappearing? Yeah, I kind of like that too, Sarah. I mean, I think a lot of people, when they start playing like tabletop role-playing games, their first character is just them. But I do like the way that the game lampshades that by her just being like, my character, Jania, is Jania. Jania and Jania. What's confusing about that? And she also, you know, fancies herself a real-life psychic, and then in the game she just is a wizard with psychic powers. Like, yeah, no, like, I'm there for it. I wish that her base attack or whatever in the tactics mode wasn't just such confusing garbage, but she's still very strong because of the confusion attack. Sounds good, but where is she these days? I feel like I haven't seen her in a while. Keep looking for clues. What is this? It says enemies are everywhere. Only he can protect us. That's creepy. I guess we know who spray painted that sigil earlier. This is high quality paint too. Evil cultists must have some powerful connections. So that one isn't a clue? These were all lit up last night, and it looks like they weren't the only thing burning. What are all these ashes from? Looks like some kind of leather straps? Ah, yes, I've heard what these are for. PG. See this ring? It's the remains of a horse bridle. Could the Equestrian Club be connected to this mystery? And why would someone destroy their horse equipment? Perhaps they'd given up life as a horse trainer. Upstairs. This isn't a clue. You think this one's a clue? I really wish Blue the dog was here. Blue the dog would know if this was a clue. And, in fact, just by looking at it, I would know whether or not Blue considered it a clue because there'd be a big blue paw print on it. Since there isn't, I'm left to wonder. It's a big rock. Oh, that reminds me of, in the Battle City story arc in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. Well, in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, there's a point where, like, someone with, like, an ancient Egyptian history sort of comes to the, like, modern-day Japanese city where the plot happens. With this, like, touring museum, exhibit of, like, Egyptian artifacts. And, of course, they're all, like, nonsense Egyptian card game artifacts, because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And, like, one of them is a big rock that depicts the Egyptian god cards, which are really important to the plot, and they imply, like, connections to, like, a lineage to, like, the main character, like, the main protagonist and antagonist of the series. And, like, in the actual anime, like, there's a whole point of, like, oh, like, it's all destiny, like, you are the reincarnations of these people from ancient Egypt, and, like, you are destined to, like, battle again, and you know, it's important to the plot, and it feels kind of silly, but, like, they spent, like, a whole episode, like, doing that. And, like, in the Abridged series, because it's so silly, the guy just has the antagonist sort of come in and look at the exhibit. And, like, he's like, you know, behold, the message behind me. And instead of, like, acknowledging that, like, it looks like him on the ancient tablet, he's like, oh my god, a giant rock! And she's like, what? No, that isn't the important. Oh, it's such a big rock. Then, like, later on, there's, like, a second rock with more information on it, and he's like, oh my god, another giant rock! You really have to start warning me about this! So, yes, it's a giant rock. I'd have to have at least Titan-class strength to score to move it. You do it? No torture chambers or blood sacrifices? Disappointing. Really talked this place up. If it turns out some weird cult isn't using this place, you think Khan will let us make it our new club room? I mean, it's probably a good place to have a secret club meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. My current objective is leave the cave. Which it feels like the dialogue could have made that clear. Like, it feels like when I examined the rock and had all the clues, my character could have just been like, well, I guess there's nothing else for us to find here for now. It's weird that, like, in the 11th hour, the game has suddenly stopped being clear about objectives, when it was, like, very good about that up until, like, the very end of the last chapter. See, like, this dialogue right here, this could have just popped up when I had all the clues. Then I'd be like, oh, now I don't have to wander around and wonder if I need to talk to everyone as an additional step. It seems that everything... that's everything there is to find here. I guess we can head back out now. So we learned nothing particularly useful. This mask must be some kind of clue to what's going on, right? Indeed. A mask is a way of hiding one's true identity, which means that this mask must have clues about its owner's true identity. I will fetch Scarlet so she can aid us with her psychometric clue finding. Alicia, when you are finished here, meet us in the library with this mask. So, just whenever I'm good, you will have completed that task? That seems arbitrary. Alicia says, prophecy for me always seems so silly as a plot point. It doesn't give people agency at times. I think there's a distinction, and that story sort of touches on both of these things, but, like, I think there is a difference between prophecy and destiny. And I think destiny, even when it's sort of like a cyclical repeating thing, can be a reasonable plot device, although it's kind of difficult to use in a way that doesn't end up really cliche or straightforward. Straight up prophecy, I tend to agree with you. If there's any example of that, like, not really working, is classically Heroes, the NBC show that was big in the early 2000s. Had, like, really major, like, there was an artist character who would see the future and, like, paint it, and, like, it just ended up being, like, a plot device to get characters to where the bad things would happen in a way that wasn't particularly interesting. They, like, tried to, like, sell it up as, like, ooh, the future, and can we change it, and, you know. I think typically, like, time travel stories have a better shot at making those types of themes work, because they tend to explore a concept of, like, actual agency as to, like, whether or not we can change our futures and whatnot. But they are admittedly difficult to use. Hey, Alicia, can I talk to you for a second? Oh yeah, sure, what's up? I'd like to join your club. Oh, please. Oh, please don't do that. Please genuinely don't do that. I was really concerned this was gonna happen, and I'm not thrilled with it. What? It's getting kind of scary out there, not to mention lonely. And without Avery, I'm sort of not sure what I should do. When we fought your club, it seemed like you all had a really special bond, and you're great warriors. I'd really like to try learning from you. Please? I could really use some friends right now. Sure, I'll see what I can do. Oh, really? Thank you so much. I'll go look for a rulebook right now, and I'll meet you at the club room. I guess that means I'm gonna need to write something for him. I want to write an adventure for Duncan now. Yeah, I might as well get it over with. Okay, chat. Are you ready for this? Because today, the rules are similar to Super Auto Pets, where I've taken to allowing the first person who gives input in chat the opportunity to pick whatever the option is. Chat gets to go wild, because my engagement with adding new characters to our party has decreased significantly. I'm no longer particularly interested in trying to craft my choices to what I think the character would care about, as it's pretty clear those choices don't matter, and likely the points are made up as well. And so, it seems like Duncan is having a hard time being on his own with his friend Avery gone. See, this also just feels inappropriate, because, like, the reason for him to join the club isn't particularly that he cares about the club, or thinks that we'll unify the school, or whatever, but, like, it's literally just, like, convenience. It's like, well, his only friend is gone, and the school is scary, and, like, these are legitimate reasons to join the club, but, like, it diminishes the intent of trying to get the person to bond with the group when it's like they're kind of just desperate and so they'll do whatever. So yeah, I feel like the Hornetrix would actually be a good choice for that. Sarah, I agree. I need a way to show him that he can stand up for himself and be a hero all on his own. Let's say Duncan's character is on a quest to get support from someone special, but then he finds the power was in himself all along. Only, like, less cheesy than that. Okay, so who would Duncan be trying to get support from? Okay. An ancient hero prophesied, which is a word I don't like, to return someday. A powerful enchanter that no one sees... Oh, sees much because they're a hermit. I was reading that weird. In a way, the sentence didn't make sense. A powerful enchanter that no one sees much because they're a hermit. There should be a comma there, right? It feels like that's a comma place. Maybe some kind of local nature deity? Duncan likes nature. Or Avery has some kind of leopard theme, right? So maybe some big cat like a legendary jaguar? That's a minus for me because the snow leopard is my nemesis and I hate them for cheating, for the reasons of cheating. Seeking out a hermit is a good quest for someone needing to break out of their shell. You got a false alchemist. They're looking for a powerful enchanter. Perhaps Tim the Enchanter, who has those sweet ram's horns in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Nice, but when the party actually goes to find this hermit, it turns out that the hermit can't help them after all because the hermit sacrificed themselves a long time ago to protect everyone, or they don't have the same power they used to have, or they were just some kind of legend or metaphor and never actually existed, or the hermit has a powerful reputation but is really just a fraud. I mean, I see we're clearly going for like a Wizard of Oz theme here. Never existed. Got it, Sarah. They were like some... The Enchanter was just like a metaphor for the friends we made along the way. I think that should really get the point across. As soon as Duncan realizes what's actually going on, then he'll see that he has no choice but to step up for himself. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. That's fine. I guess I have to give him something to step up to. Like the streets. What kind of conflict should I give them? If Electric Boogaloo is on this list, that should also just be a default choice. Duncan's really into nature stuff, like determining whether or not a thing that he's looking at is an animal. You know, since he's so good at identifying animals. Maybe I can come up with some sort of nature-related problem. What about a forest that's become corrupted by encroaching darkness, or maybe there's rumors of some strange monstrous forest blocking the pass into the mountains? Maybe there's a jungle that's slowly being destroyed by outsiders. Or how about an island where animal species are mysteriously disappearing one by one? Well, that last one kind of sounds like the school, huh? Yeah, False Alchemist likes Animal Island. And rest assured, when this comes down to, like, and there needs to be a boss at the end of this, assuming the game will allow me to choose the Hornetrix again, which it may not since I didn't specifically choose it the last round. But if it's an option, we're going to choose that. So, Spooky Animal Island. Ooh, hopefully that should make Duncan feel motivated, but I guess they still need some kind of villain that's behind this that they can defeat to wrap up the story. Oh, I don't see it. What if it's a giant mother spider that's constantly giving birth to baby spiders? Gross. It's Mommy Longlegs. What about some kind of carnivorous plant monster that's grown totally out of control? Or Duncan's whole thing is bats, right? Is it? He's like a fox bat. That's not like being obsessed with bats. Like a fox bat's like its own thing, isn't it? Or is it just a subspecies of bat? I don't actually know this much about this fictional sounding but probably real animal. Maybe there's some kind of animal that eats bats that's actually a shapeshifter? Or I could go with the spider beyond again. Oh, I see. So the default option isn't just the Hornetrix, it's whatever the last one you picked is. That is disappointing. I am disappointed in myself now for not always choosing the Hornetrix. That's on me. I appreciate and respect False Alchemist's choices. Mama Spider, I don't know. Go with what Sarah picks. Does Sarah have a pick since Hornetrix is no longer an option? It's odd that there's another spider option here when the last one also had a spider option, which thus can leave us in the position we find ourselves in now, where 2 of 4 options are spider related. None of these are really good. Sarah's consideration of these options accidentally making it into my criticisms of the game. Just kidding. So do we like the constant birth spider then? Lots of mini. Well, here's the trick, right, False Alchemist? I don't know if you've seen all of the previous installments of the game that I've streamed, but this game has a tendency of tricking you into thinking that you can choose to fight a large enemy or many small enemies, when in reality, it will always make you fight a large enemy with several small enemies. Which again is one of my criticisms of the game as I've continued to play it, is there's not actually a lot of variety to the types of encounters. And I'm not so bothered by the fact that there's a relatively limited pool of enemies, so much as, like, it feels increasingly like every time I have an encounter, it's just like, I don't know, like 16 mobs chosen at random. And, like, it's just become less and less interesting as there really hasn't been, like, a ton of strategy to that. Alright, Spider Mom it is. Okay, yeah, this seems like it has a lot of promise. I guess I still have a lot of details I have to work, but I guess I'll see what Duncan wants, too. Okay, we did it. We finished the whatever. Introduce Duncan to Colin. Oh, I'm sure that'll go well. Colin sure loves new people. Colin is like me in high school, which is why he sucks so much. I really can't emphasize enough that I was really bad in high school, and that in high school I would have related to Colin, because he sucks. Did that, so go, what do you want to do, chat? Go to the library and do math-related stuff? Or do we want to...
Sure.
Do the gaming. Do the games? Masks. Great, what's at the quad that I can do? There are 4 side quests at the quad. Oh. Well, I'm not doing that right now. Did you say the library? Isn't that where to go? Bring mask to library. Why is that not... That should display, right? Oh snap, 4 quads at quad. Does that form the mega quad? Remember bowl cut. Wasn't this where Jania wanted to meet? Oh, there you are. I thought you were bringing Scarlet. Alas, I could not find her. This is very unusual, Alicia. Scarlet usually checks in with me during my dreams to see how our investigation is going, but it's been several nights since I've last seen her. You know... It looks like it's not just her. Jacob was right, the campus feels weirdly empty. What's going on? Where is everyone? Indeed, the case of the missing students is no matter to take lightly. Agreed, but now what? Scarlet's missing, so who can help us now? Perhaps it is time we confront the instigator of this entire affair. We must question the principal himself. Do you think that will work? Because it probably won't work. I have strong intuition that we will find what we are looking for within the principal's office. He'll probably just blow us off, but I guess it's worth a shot, I guess. Beelaboo. See, my mom is trying to discount the fact that I was terrible in high school. And while my mom and I frequently disagree on how much I sucked because she gives me too much credit and I am very hard on myself, I'm gonna have to insist that in high school I was very bad. I had gone through middle school, which had basically instructed me that I could trust no one and should hate everyone. And then by the time I reached high school, that evolved into, like, actively hate and judge everyone and just consider everyone worse than you. And let me tell you, don't do that. Don't. It's bad. It's a bad way to live. There are 4 cycles. So she wants to go to the principal's office? Oh, cool. That's weird. The door to the principal's office isn't usually open. Can we just go in? I mean, interesting. Principal Enfield is not here at the moment. Can I help you? Victoria? What are you doing here? Where's the principal? That is none of your concern. Shouldn't you be preparing for combat? We are your next opponents after all. Something weird is going on campus. Students are vanishing. Haven't you noticed how empty the school is all of a sudden? You are a fool if you think anything escapes the student council's notice. Something is clearly happening. Something you can do nothing about. Alicia, the finals of the tournament loom. I recommend you spend your time preparing instead of meddling in the affairs beyond your understanding. We are your enemy, Alicia. Do you really want to underestimate us? So Victoria is the avatar of anime. Understood. Now go. This is a private area, and you are not allowed without administrative permission. Fine. What a pointless interlude. What was her problem? Are they trying to hide something? We should attempt to locate the principal elsewhere. I'm not sure we can. I didn't see him anywhere else on campus, despite having been to 2 locations today. If he's not here, I don't know where else we'd look. We'll have to show up to our snowball tournament finals, right? In the meantime, we might have to scout the student council's plans. They sure seem like they're up to something. Okay. Spy on student council, introduce new member of team to Colin who sucks, or side quest. 3 options, 3 of them. What would you like, chat? It's a choose your own adventure, because my investment in completing everything is no longer self-sustained. Boop, 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 boop. Like a quest in here, right? You want to spy? I'm gonna go to spy. Is that the student council? Maybe we can sneak up on them. Is what the student council? Oh. This room is the student council. The next item on our agenda. How will we defeat the Tactics Club? That's Septavia's voice. Also, hi, it's me, Colin. I'm here in this game now. Quick, let's hide! We must all focus. This is incredibly important information. If the Tactics Club hears the strategy I am about to reveal, they could easily counter it. Are you ready? Wait, there's one urgent matter to discuss first. We must ensure that we stay connected to the student body by remembering the people we are representing. Let us take a moment to remember all of them individually. Oh dear, we'll be here a minute. Fine, we will discuss our incredibly important strategy after the list of student names. Anderson, Aaron, A. Anderson, Aaron, B. Abel Baker, Abdul. Acacia, Sybil. Banks, Myrtle. Anderson, Aaron, C. Ah, the classic mannequin with the tape recorder maneuver. I used that to get out of cleaning the chalkboard once. It must have been a distraction to waste our time. I would have preferred stamp collecting. How could they possibly think we'd fall for that? Academic success is not a replacement for being a reasonable human being. That is not a valid argument. I mean, we were standing there for about 5 minutes. Wow, they read those names really slowly. This must mean we're on their trail and they're trying to throw us off. It must be somewhere on campus. Interesting that I just fell backwards into that. Hey, look, it's the school spirit. Except I'm pretty sure that's under my face. Alright, nothing here. You may hate that I spam click to maneuver in this game, but frankly, I think it is genuinely the best way to go. Otherwise, you just have to keep clicking waypoints anyway. Weesh. And to be clear, not maligning myself, pointing out the fact that I have grown significantly as a person, because I used to suck and I suck less now. That is my point. So mad about the lack of Crow Party. Agreed, Sarah. You know what else I'm mad about? The lack of Reckless Baking Club. This game has really let me down a number of times. There's like 6 active side quests and 2 main quests? What even what? What even what? So what is her quest? Is it to spy on the student council? She wasn't there the last time. Oh, hello, Alicia. I was doing nothing suspicious. But saying that makes it suspicious, you know that. What do you have there? Wait, is that a banana in your pocket? Are you still detectiving? Isn't that not allowed since your club got disbanded? Now, one might argue that mundane detectiving and everyday psychic activities should still be fine, just not the overlap of the two, because that would be psychic detective. A technicality. The case of the Withering Hour doesn't fall within the principal's jurisdiction. Our involvement is deeper than a mere club activity. Still, the principal doesn't seem too sensible about this. Wouldn't it be safer not to? Your concern for my well-being is admirable. Very well, I accept your kind offer. Wait, I didn't make an offer. I see that you have cleverly noted the loophole in the principal's decree. Although I, as a former member of the Psychic Detectives, can no longer pursue my sleuthing, you are under no such injunction. Oh, I don't know. I cannot move, but all the same my actions build this land. Rise above my famous name, inside the 4 I stand. That sounds less like a hint and more like a riddle. Are you giving me a riddle? I can say no more. Be off, Godspeed. Okay. So spying. There aren't a lot of excess students hanging around, huh? I feel like the most likely place to spy is in a classroom. Hey! I maybe did it. I mean, I did the next step. There they are. Let's try to get close. I am excited to be fighting the Tactics Club. Yes, surely we will win unless they overhear our secret strategy of ganging up on Alicia. I, the great Armando, would like to repeat how ganging up on Alicia cannot fail. Loudly do I wonder if they've noticed us. Hang on. That's not them at all. What the heck? Now, in fairness, to behold these mannequins, they quite closely resemble their benefactors, right? Their namesakes. I think one could be forgiven for mistaking these for the actual people. Serious question, though. Like, why do they have so many extra outfits and mannequins that look quite similar to them lying around that they can do this trick multiple times? Guess they must have known we're gathering intel and set up a fake. Good thing we're too clever for that. where they wanted us to discover the fake, and I think this wasn't their plan? We're too clever for that, too. We've got to sort this out. Let's keep looking for them. Okay, so I found one in the administrative building, one in the classroom building. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that I'll need to find one in the quad and one in the library. Wrong order, I guess. Mannequins aren't a thing to be proud of. Explain what that means, Demolition. I'm guessing you're not a quest? That's weird. Tiny pile of leaves over here. Hey, some extra cherry bombs. I've been meaning to restock those. Wait, Jacob, no! Is that a pit trap? Yep, there's one thing a catacomb master can recognize. It's a pit trap. Jacob, I think someone was trying to trap you. No way, how did they know my weakness? Well, it looks like they're not here. I hate to say this, guys, but maybe we just won't be able to find them. I should have known. They must be wily adversaries to have made the finals. And the playbook's same as always. Take down the man and bring freedom to the people. You get me, right? Don't you think this campus needs... Don't you think this campus doesn't need a student council? Didn't you vote for them? I didn't vote for them. Salgo says, I'm amused that not only someone tried to get a kid with a pit trap, but that it actually almost worked. Yeah? I mean, we're dealing with, like, Team Rocket levels of competence, right? Are there spikes at the pit bottom? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Since we're on the quad and we're looking at a pit that leads underground, part of me thinks that this is worthy of further investigation, as it may somehow link to the sinkhole. I don't know. Answer? I don't care. Like, these are both gonna have the same result, right? Be sassy, you got it. Wait a minute. No way, I voted for that tall guy, Armando, but he's in the student... Okay, never mind. That really is the end of that quest, and there's just this... So there's no reward for that. It's like, it's among the longer side quests in the overworld, and there's just no reward for that? That's... Thanks, game. So, statue, is that the riddle? I cannot move, but all the same, I actually built this land. I mean... Okay, I'm pretty sure this is where Jania wanted me to go, but what does she expect me to find here? These look like some kind of horoscope riddles? When Aquarius is in the 4th chamber, the white lion shall turn the scorpion gold. Oh, I'm sorry, are we suddenly playing Virtue's Last Reward or something? This is Jania's thing, right? She'll understand what it means if I bring this back to her. Okay. I don't know how many of the 4 things that counts as. What's the sparkly bush? Is that a side quest? Something sticking out of the bush that I recognize. Oh, it's a gosh dang knife. It's an entire switchblade. It's labeled... It's labeled Jacob's knife. Please keep out. Okay. Well, that's on me then. I saw Jacob carrying something like that around, but I didn't know it was a switchblade. This is dangerous. What do I do? Let's have a talk with Jacob. Okay, first I have to bring this thing back to Jacob. I have no idea how these things work, so I'll be extra careful not to activate it. Gosh, if only we could find Jacob. Hardship. Oh cool, you found my Swiss Army knife. Never know when I might have to go off-grid, so that's good to have. Oh, so it's a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, see? Here's a corkscrew and a magnifying glass. I don't really use the knife part, even though it's like the active part in this photo. Jacob might have moved up to top character. Who was Was Jacob the one who used all the arcade tokens? We had a side quest earlier where like someone got a bunch of arcade tokens and we needed to find like the person to give them to. I feel like that person should be pretty high on our character ranking. I think that might also have been Jacob. False Alchemist asks, what Swiss Army knife has a magnifying glass? I think I've actually heard of that. Is that not a thing? Like, I genuinely feel like that is a thing. That's a relief. I thought it was a switchblade. To be honest, I was worried that you felt threatened by Baphomet's knife, and there was gonna be some kind of knife arms race. Hard to feel threatened when she's never tried to talk to me. Live and let live, you know? Huh, I'm kind of impressed. You've never talked. I thought you had a lot in common, since you're both kind of like anti-authority and punk. You know, you're right. Maybe I should try talking with Baphomet again. I don't know if she realizes how much punk cred I have. Oh, hey Baphomet, what's up? You're into punk, right? Like the Ramones? Ramones aren't punk. They just play 50s beach music and say the word punk a lot. Well, you know what was punk? When someone busted out those flatworms from biology lab last year. That's right, it was me. So? Just saying, kinda get the vibe you think I'm not serious about bringing down the man. So I gotta say, I've done some real disruption around here. Have you now? Yup, that time that someone dressed up a mannequin and put it on the roof and everyone thought it was a jumper, that was me. That time someone painted a Stalin mustache on the Wintermoor statue in the quad, also me. When they had to cancel all math classes because someone replaced all the reams of paper with raspberry jam. I would like details of that story, as it's unclear to me how someone mistakes lots of paper with raspberry jam. Yours truly. Wow, I'm so glad you're out there speaking truth to power. That must be why, after I got suspended for the way I dressed, no one ever looked at me funny or mentioned it again. It's because of all this change you're causing. Whoa, you really think so? Alright, she's gonna knife him. No, go away! Hey! Those are all just pranks. You're not accomplishing anything. You really care about disrupting this bleeping school system? Decide what you want to change and come up with a plan that makes sense! Watch, I don't talk with you anymore. So, see what I do to fix it. Oh, I don't want to talk with you anymore, so I will do something to fix it. Hey, I care about stuff. I believe in way more stuff than you do. Wait, is she right? Whatever, I do planning type stuff all the time at Tactics Club. I mean, it's called Tactics Club. Who would someone who doesn't plan stuff out buy this from the flea market? The Hellion Gauntlet, Shadow Shove becomes Spirit Shove, a magical attack with extra range. I guess it's cool that that exists, but most of the time I keep him on my team because he's not magical. Printer had a jam. It actually had quite a lot of jam. I don't know if that changes the math at all. Like 4 side quests here, and I've accidentally done like 3 of them in like 3 minutes. Well, here's the last one, I guess. I've given them like 6 voices. There's just no way to pull it off. Hey, maybe Alicia can help. What can I help with? See, we gotta include a student interview in every paper. The problem is, they're usually boring and nobody wants to read them. We could just play it safe and interview a football player about how much he likes football again. But this paper has standards. We need to interview a student our readership doesn't already know. A student with a true air of mystery and danger. We need to interview Baphomet. She's turned down our interview requests, of course. I heard she's never even been photographed. Alicia, you're friends with Baphomet, correct? As much as anyone is. You know, I guess I am. Fantastic. Could you please get her to give us an exclusive? The soul of the student paper depends on it. Well, no promises, but I'll see what I can do. She's still, like, right over here. Regrettable. Oh my god, Becky, indeed. I also appreciate your analysis there. I do feel like I definitely don't think of Jacob as punk. He's closer to hipster. That is probably accurate. Bapho friend? Burfo pal? Oh, we got a fork here. Do we wanna interview the newspaper or detective clues? Cat, hurry! Answers, decisions. Choose your own adventure. Newspaper. You'll get caught up in the newspaper. Hey, Baphomet. I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday. How's your day been? You want something? Spit it out. It's the student newspaper. Who wants something? I mean, I already told them I don't want an interview. I hate fun facts. Not one fact about me is fun, and I don't want people to think they know me. If someone came up to me in the hallway and said, "Hey, I read your interview," I would decapitate them, and it would be Becky's fault. What if you could get something out of it instead? You know, whenever a celebrity gets interviewed, it's because they're promoting something, like a book or a charity. What if you use the interview to do something that would help you? Like what? I mean, it's 3, right? It's 3? I feel like it's 3. Promoting stories about Hecate? No, I don't think so. Promoting music you like? Maybe. Getting people to leave you alone? That seems like that is in her interest. You could give a weird or scary interview so that people leave you alone even more. You know, this guy did almost make eye contact with me the other day. I think the whole Tactics Club thing might be ruining my image. I could screw with the paper, make sure no one ever bothers me again. That could be fun. So you'll do it? Sure, I'll give it a shot. Whee! Mr. Generic Game, welcome to the stream. How are you doing this lovely Saturday evening time? Or whatever time it is for you. It's possibly Sunday already. I don't actually know where you live. To the quad. To the quad. Mr. Generic Name, I also hear rumors that you're going to play Eternal Sonata, one of my favorite games of all time. I'm excited about it. I'm doing pretty well today. I've been worse. Been having not a great week, but Saturday has been pretty good. Oh, Alicia, did you bring Baphomet? Ah, she brought her, so what do we do? Don't worry, I am a professional. We have a list of questions to get to know. You won't need those, just listen. I'm gonna tell you about the last time someone tried to mess with me, and why they'll never mess with anyone ever again. We're only supposed to pay back cruelty in triplicate, but I found it's not nearly enough. Wow, I'm sure our readers will find that fascinating. Sure, I'm done here. Wait, can I take your photograph for the article? No. But how will students know who's even writing the article? How will they know who to stay away from? You could say everything you mentioned in that interview with a single look. Sure you could handle the fear. I'm a professional, though I am uncertain. Do it, look into the camera, I can handle it. That look. Maybe it's Maybelline. Whatever, I'm out. Misquote me and you know what'll happen. That was amazing. It's like we got to interview the Loch Ness Monster. Thanks so much, Alicia. Would you mind passing this on to Baphomet as a token of our gratitude? A specific item for her character it makes no sense for us to possess. Hello, Neko. Welcome to the stream. Paul Alchemist says, Eternal Sonata. I heard that song takes forever. Yeah, man. It's like the song that never ends, but it's a lot more dramatic, and there's implications that someone can presume how Chopin felt about things. Like the voice for the Beckys. It's mostly just that I got tired of remembering people's voices. I feel like I had this thought today that maybe I need to have just like a generic NPC voice for when I just kind of want to like blitz past an NPC in one of these games that I'm like voice acting or whatever. I'm also excited for you to start Eternal Sonata, not just because I will attempt to watch that, because I love that game very much, but also because I feel like more people in the world need to know about Eternal Sonata, as it's truly... There are a few works of art in this world that are anything like Eternal Sonata, even a little bit at all. Hikade's attacks deal +1 damage if she's standing on a tile with a... So, worth my time. Thank you, video game. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the side quests, like, most of them are at least reasonably fun, but the rewards being, like, equipment instead of, like, experience or some sort of direct... I mean, there's some of the equipment that is good, but you may have gathered from my fart noise just now and also my impressions of previous, like, combat upgrades that, like, a lot of them just, like, aren't good. And you really have no way of knowing whether they're good or not, so you kind of, like, spend a bunch of time doing a quest and you get something you know you'll never use, and it's like... Do you actually like Chopin? I will be intrigued to see your reaction to the game's handling of him as an anime protagonist. I said this, like, way a long time ago, and it may not even have been in our Eternal Sonata YouTube series, Tekken Mine. But, like, when that game came out, like, originally, I really wanted it to be not, like, a trilogy in the sense that, like, they're all about Chopin or something, but, like, I really wanted that to be the start of, like, a franchise of, like, historically, definitely fictional, like, anime games. Like, I would have loved that. Like, anime Abraham Lincoln or something. Like, just, you could do so many weird things with the franchise of just, like, take a historical figure, put them into anime, just figure it out somehow. Accurate. As False Alchemist points out, there is no way for you to stop my relentless advance. Which is one of the most frightening things that you can hear someone say to you. How am I? I'm doing pretty good, Neko. As I was just saying a moment ago, like, it has not been a great week. Yesterday was bad. Yesterday's stream was a lot of fun. I did enjoy Auto Pets, sponsored by Kangaroo. That was a good stream. But, yeah, I mean, today's been fine, which is a drastic improvement over, like, genuinely deeply upset. So what do we want to do next, chat? We can do, like, the other main plot thing of, like, add another character to the party. I just don't want it. Game. This game has too many characters. It's Chrono Cross. Have any of you ever played Chrono Cross? Because I'll level with you. I have not played Chrono Cross, but I have watched a Let's Play of Chrono Cross, and what the heck is Chrono Cross? Chrono Trigger is like a very carefully crafted, story-driven game with a bunch of characters that are cool. But by a bunch, I mean like 6 or 7 or something around there. But like, I think Chrono Cross legitimately has something like 32 playable characters, and most of them aren't important. And it's like, I think you did that math wrong. I don't think that's correct. So... I think there's another side quest we can pick up somewhere, or we can do the mystery with Jania, or we can introduce the animal identifier character. Just choose your own adventure night, so the first person who says a thing that equates to an answer gets their way. And I realize I have to stop whooshing, or else Neko will just, like, choose for more whoosh. New party member. Let's go talk to Colin, everyone's favorite NPC. I guess he's technically a PC. I sort of just think of Alicia as a PC, and everyone else is our inventory. Hey, Colin? Yeah, this'll go well. Oh, you know what else we get to do by going here? We do get to check the cat pun of this. I like that really excited voice line, just because I know he's about to plummet to the earth. What's up? Are you ready to continue the campaign? I have the perfect way to help us practice for our final fight. See, the student council is almost eerily similar to this one demonic organization, so, well, actually, never a good start. Oh, there you are. Colin, meet Duncan. Alicia? May I please speak to you privately for a moment? Sure, yeah, that's fine. Nope. No. This is where I draw the line. This club has already gotten too big for a reasonable CNC party. And if you haven't noticed, most of the new kids don't care about tactics and just do whatever they want. And now, when the future of the club relies on us figuring out how to work together, you want to bring in one of those animal freak shows? See, there he crossed the line. He's like, that was mostly honestly quite legit. But that's not cool. I mean, in fairness to Colin, the arguments of, like, spending time indoctrinating a new person into the club when it's basically do or die right now, pretty fair argument. And also, we definitely have too many members for, like, a tabletop RPG party. You can do it, but everyone's gonna be sitting around waiting, like, an hour for their turn. He needs help. I thought maybe CNC could... I am not having it. I can't let our club be destroyed. What if I use my coin? I'm pretty sure I know what the coin is, but I also don't think we've established what the coin is. I might be misremembering. It may have come up earlier. Nico says, let's get rid of Colin to make more room in the club. Frankly, I wouldn't mind that solution. There's a use for your doubloon coins in chat, if you'd like to Scraw or Jason or Sean. Sometime soon I'd like to add another one, but I sure haven't set aside the time for it. I mean, the problem is, like, Saturdays I have, like, 1 to 2 hours of, like, actual time in which I could set something up. And while I often aspire to do it, usually it doesn't happen. So if it wasn't set up yesterday, it's usually not set up for today. What? Oh, no, that we did establish that. He gave us a coin such that if we wanted to, like, break a rule to do something that was cool, we could, like, veto his, like, game master decision. My wishing coin, the one you gave me for Christmas. I'm using it on this. That coin was meant to be used in-game, and you know it. Which, again, to his credit, I felt like that was pretty clear, although I respect her attempting to use it here. His point is not invalid. It is in-game. I wish that Duncan could have a character in our world. We even keep doing the campaign we're gonna have us play anyway. We don't have to do the thing I wrote. I just want him to feel included. You... Fine, I won't go back on my word. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry, Duncan, you caught us at a stressful time. Alright, you're in as long as you take this seriously. Oh, great. Don't worry. I'll take this as seriously as Animal Identification Club. Too many members' argument is valid, but Colin just feels like he's being needlessly stubborn. I kind of agree with you on both sides. I mean, here's the thing, is that, like, early on, like, when we were adding, like, one member to our, like, 3-person group with one dungeon master, like, it was being kind of silly. But, like, we do have, like, a lot of members. Like, I'm frustrated with how many members we have in our club now, so, like, I really can't fault him for being frustrated with it. Oh, a cat calendar. It's got some jokes. Are you ready, chat? Let's see today's joke. What do cats eat for breakfast? Sausages? Or maybe porridge, but I think pausages is better. What do you think, chat? Do you have any guesses? Pan cats? That's not bad. It sounds a little bit like cannibalism, but I could work with it. Mice Krispies. Mice Krispies. I don't know if that scrawl was meant to be a condemnation of that joke, but Mice Krispies. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Not because of the scrawl, surprisingly, because of the Mice Krispies. It just somehow feels unreal to me. Alright, I guess we'll talk to Colin. Is that how we do it? Or is it the table? Oh, good! We get to do a hard mode challenge with a Hey! Chat! I veto this! I'm not doing this! I'm not unlocking Hekate's, like, super terrible... What does it even do? Gain Power Word Devour Soul, a limited ability that deals low physical damage and gives plus 5... Nope, not doing it. Ooh, Zacula, that's not good. I mean, welcome to the stream. Hi. But guess who got COVID is unfortunate. I mean, I'm guessing by the way that was presented you, but I guess I shouldn't assume that. False Alchemist says, my guess for cat pun would have been Cream of Mew. Huh. It was Zacula. I'm sorry, Zacula. How are you doing? I don't know if that's a stupid question, but I think it hits people with varying degrees of severity even now. So I hope you're as well as you can be. Also, not doing this. So I guess we're doing Hexamorg's Trap. Hey, you know what's funny about this? Is that I believe this means that the increasingly pointless decisions about how to set up scenarios for individual characters is as useless as possible, since we're just outright ignoring all the decisions we made in setting up one for Duncan, the new guy? Let's find out, though. Perhaps I'm mistaken. Okay, what character class do you want to be? Well, I'm a flying fox. It's the largest and coolest type of bat. Animals don't have a high enough sentience stat to be player characters. I mean, you know, that might be a GM problem. Maybe he could be a bat-themed skinwalker. They're shapeshifters who can turn into half-animal forms. As long as I could be a flying fox, that'd be alright by me. Why did that get really nasally? He got a cold halfway through that sentence. Okay, so a bat, totem, skinwalker. That comes with the blood drinker ability, which... Oh, flying foxes don't drink blood. We're fruit bats, vegetarians. Well, technically frugivores. Well, that's okay. We can come up with some other cool bat-themed power. Like, how about sonic waves from Sonar? I swear to you, game, if you just teased me with lifelink and then decided that being a frugivore was too cool to have a cool ability on this character I don't particularly want to play, I'm going to be mad at you again. Just like Reckless Baking, just like the Bird Dance, just like the Snow Leopard. We're going to have words, you and I, game. You are a druid man, false alchemist. Tell me this, though. If you are against animal discrimination, are you proficient at animal identification? Would you be a good candidate for the Animal Identification Club? Stego says his case is surprisingly mild. I feel much worse than a cold right now, although yesterday was really bad. The ER because you didn't know what was wrong, and, well, COVID. You feel mostly fine. Can't work for at least a week. What is your current job? I know you were working at a hotel, but I thought the last time you stopped by, you mentioned doing something new, and I can't remember what that was. Just like cats and risking your limbs. I mean, those are good druid qualities. Oh my god.
Actually, flying foxes don't use echolocation either. We're not predators, so we rely on strong senses of smell, eyesight, and hearing like most other mammals.
Hey, don't look at me. You wanted him here. You did this. Okay, so what are flying foxes good at? Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie that you would like to see? I've made so many, like, joke voices, I can't remember what I was doing. It was like high-pitched.
Oh, lots of things. We're huge, at least as far as bats go.
And key pollinators and seed dispersers for native plants due to our large flight range and high nutrient guano. Oh, it's a new hotel. Yeah, I could definitely imagine that precluding you from work. So, is that sick time? These are two personal questions to ask. I just get so engaged. I apologize for overstepping. I'm just curious, because I know I've dealt secondhand with a lot of people missing work for COVID, because I just call a lot of people all day. It's like my job. And a lot of times lately, when they aren't returning calls, it's because they're out with COVID, and sometimes have also broken their foot. Various other things. Vasco more engaged with chat than Colin. I mean, do we want Colin to engage with chat? I mean, Colin is basically my normal speaking voice. I lucked out in choosing that early on since he's a relatively vocal character. Maybe you could take the Fluoromancy ability set. It lets you control plants.
Well, I suppose that this is a fantasy game. Flying foxes are associated with agriculture in many mythologies.
Fine, at least it's not overpowered. Let's just keep going. We have a more important fight coming up that we need to prepare for. Also, let me say, I really like the fact that you have, like, a signature move. It's just, you just like Scrawl, and you just live the Scrawl life. And I think that's really cool. Awkward time to be sick because the hotel just got sold to a new company. Ugh, that does suck. I am sorry to hear that, Zacula, on top of everything. That is unfortunate. Okay. Having freshly closed the portal to the underworld, you've angered Hexamorg, the Duke of Dissonance, a high-ranking noble under the authority of King Arcanius. God, I hate that name. He and his two underlings have hatched a plot to destroy you. And, they're supposed to be the student council. You got it. They set up in the ruins of a nearby keep filled with crazed underlings and devious traps. Oh yeah, and I guess you all... Yeah, I guess like a talking bat showed up and you were all just like, cool, whatever, we got stuff to do. What's your character's name? Nope, not even reading that. How about Nope, after the suborder that contains flying foxes?
You could just call me Nin.
Or Yin, sorry. Great, let's start the battle. How bad are you? You must be terrible, right? Range is 9 with a line attack. That's not good. Isn't good for you. And then these are not the armor types. These are like basic bad guy. Doesn't look that bad compared to a lot of our recent battles. Which has me concerned. I feel like I'm missing something. Sakura says, I guess you met this guy is exactly the same delivery a DM did when I joined halfway through a campaign. Harsh, maybe? Maybe a little harsh? So, oh, he's not mandatory. That's weird. Check his stinking characters. There's not room for another one, right? I really don't want to. Plague Bite, range 1, damage 3, physical. That's not terrible. Merciless gives double tactics points if they have a status effect. That's so cognitively confusing. The Plague attack does more damage if they're, like, poisoned already? Shouldn't it do a status effect? Game is having a laugh at my expense. Jason! Oh, we can use the ability he supposedly has to do Snipe Sprouts. Which I think ultimately just meant summoning, like, a lame attacker and then, like, surrounding it with brambles? I don't... Maybe it's good. I don't know. What are you all weak to? You're just, like... You have magic resistance and everyone else is just kind of like a guy. I mean, I honestly don't hate the notion of trying to use Bat Guy just because he has a 3-power physical attack. like, kills basically everything on the field in one shot. So, like, maybe I'll give him a shot here. Particularly impressed with, like, Mage here. I think it's, like... Cavalier, Bat Guy, and... No. I'm gonna put this back on. Such that I can get chaining. Don't know if that's actually useful, but it could be. And then... the decisions. Line attacks seem decent to start with, although I really only get to use one of them. Chain attack's not gonna be great. I want the Cavalier to try and take out these folks. Actually, that means maybe I should switch his equipment. I'm not sure if he can move and attack all the way through them from the start area. Take this guy out, and this guy's got magic protection too. I want like a physical somebody. I guess I'm just gonna default to Rogie, who, like, I wouldn't call my favorite character to play with, although I do like him. But, like, somehow I think he's, like, the most solid character. And by somehow, I mean, he has an extra ability that's good, and for some reason nobody else gets just a free extra ability. Feels like a weird design flaw of the game. But I think I do actually... Oh, you know what? I guess I don't need this since I'm not using any magic. Yeah, this is just better for what I'm trying to do. You don't have a skill yet, which stinks. It sucks, a fat one. You get to choose what the one is of. And, don't want the magic thing. I want the loot. Alright, that should be my party, and... I actually have no idea what to do with Rogie, actually. Actually. Maybe I try to grapple this guy in, and then have new guy bite him? I'm definitely gonna take damage, but I've really stopped caring about getting, like, the perfect scores since there seems to be no reward for them, and they happen seemingly at random. Oh no, Rogie should throw a smoke bomb. That's what he should do. That's definitely what he should do. Okay. If he's gonna do that, he can be like... wherever. You need to be here. And here's probably fine for you. What's your range? Do I have to worry about you? Range 0, but you burst 1. Sucks. I hate it. Begin! I got such tactics points for that, you don't even understand. Wow. So your move is really good? Move's pretty good. That's the same as Rogie's base, and I have a thing that gives him +1. But I do think of Rogie as being especially fast. Ooh, actually, here's an interesting question. What is your default target? Closest opponent. Interesting. I'm gonna move him real quick because I need to figure out where I want to throw his bomb. Covers 3 tiles, even after all the, like, upgrades or whatever. So I don't think there's... Would it hypothetically let me attack this? What is it? Control or shift to force attack? Well, I'm not in range, I guess. Let me go, like, let me just, like, real dumpster idiot attack. Like, what if I did this? I mean, I could do that. I honestly probably could do stupider crap than this. First does 3 damage. And he's not trying to target me because I don't have the least health. That is interesting. I think I've sold myself on this really stupid idea. This sounds good to me. Which move do you want? Yes! Ahoy, Haggis, welcome to the stream. How's the dungeon delving going today? This is like the first real like thing we've done. Either I like suddenly got really good at this game, or this fight is, as I expected, like way easier than all of the recent fights. But I think it's also that I concocted that extremely stupid move that was actually surprisingly effective. Like I'm gonna get out of this like completely unscathed. It's really stupid. And then, like, just for fun, I'm gonna, like, light my whole team on fire with Magic Arrow. Sean to you as well, Zaculum. Not gonna lie, the Bat's mistletoe necklace appeals as a druid, man. I respect it, man. Last time I played D&D, I was playing druid. I like that character. He was very weird. Good job, everyone. You overcame the traps and annoyances, so they left you. Now, we get to the actual fight with the student council. I mean, Hexamorg. About that. Could I talk to you for a second first? Now, again, I'm not trying to side with Colin, because I think he sucks. But when Colin agreed to honor the coin request to add Duncan to our increasingly stupidly large party, Alicia did specifically say that we could ignore her story outright and just do whatever Colin wanted to do, as long as we could include Duncan. Which he's done, so I know what she's about to do is to be like, could we do the story that I made for him so he feels included in whatever? And honestly, I don't know that that's an entirely reasonable request. What is it now? Well, the thing is, the fight was fine and all, but would it be okay to include Duncan a little more? So, okay, I actually respect this. So, it was not mandatory to include the Flying Fox character in that battle, which every other time we've added a character, it has been immediately mandatory to do that. And so mechanically that's represented by the fact that you don't have to include him in the fight because the story is not about him. That, I think, is actually kind of cool. It would be nice if we put in a little bit of backstory for his character, just so he could really feel like he's part of the team. This campaign is important. You were the one who said we could play what I already wrote. I'm not rewriting it. I'm not asking for big changes, just something to hook his character in a little. Alicia, the most dangerous fight we'll ever face is about to happen. It's way more vital for us to practice than spend time comforting the latest sad-eyed puppy you insist on adopting. I've already had to change the combat. This is what we have, and you can take it or leave it. But I said no! Well, fine. If you really don't want to run anything for him, then let's just do both. We can practice in your campaign, but in between we can play what I wrote for Duncan. Sound fair? Do whatever you want, as long as we get our practice time in. Makes Colin look kind of blue. I think he's just bummed that everyone's making his life really difficult. And again, I think Colin sucks, but I do kind of feel like everyone's piling on him. There's a point where I almost start to feel sympathetic for the guy. Just because, like, it's one thing to accommodate people, and it's one thing to, like, go out of your comfort zone. And it's another thing for people to, like, expect you to, like, live outside your comfort zone and, like, just keep doing everything you tell them to. But he is a bad dungeon master because he constantly refuses to, like, accommodate his players, and he's just generally kind of a jerk. Arcadia says, man, I really am the worst. It would feel weird to address you as Colin, Arcadius, but know that you are the exception to the rule. If there is only one exception. Amounts of silver in his blood. Does that turn you blue, Haggis? There's something, like, thematically weird about the fact that we're like, okay, like, we'll press pause on your story and do my thing, and then everyone in the club just leaves. Not doing this. Words of... So I guess that it is optional. Actually, let me see this. Is it optional to, like, add this character to the party? No, they are both main quests. They both must be done. That's a weird thing, Haggis. There's a famous family who turned blue. Nice silver. Hey, so chat, it's Choose Your Own Adventure Night, which means we have 3 things we can do. 4, technically. I think there's at least 1 stray side quest we could go out and find. Would we like to learn more about Foxbat? Advance the actual story of beating the bad guys? Or go to Jania and ask her about horoscope riddles to advance the riddle quest? Side quest with Jania, you got it. False Alchemist is real quick on the draw tonight. Bam! It's Duncan. I'm not talking to you, Duncan. Can't make me do it. Everyone wants riddles. Good, because we're doing riddles! You know, it's like that bar Puzzles. Why is it called Puzzles? That's one of the puzzles. Oh, has anyone tried watching How I Met Your Father? Because that was a How I Met Your Mother reference. Because I watched the first 2, and I was, to put it simply, not impressed. My favorite part of the pilot, which isn't exactly a spoiler, but there is a scene set on the Brooklyn Bridge, which is the only part of it that's a spoiler. And apparently, like, before the show premiered, they're like, ooh, we have this fancy new technology for, like, you, like, pretending to be on location in a place that would be difficult to shoot. And if you watch the scene, I swear to you, on all of my pirate booty, I swear to you, that the background is some kind of painting, because they're standing on the Brooklyn Bridge, and you can see water lines in the background that do not move, and it drives me crazy, because that's technology from, like, black and white movies. That's not new technology, and it's not implemented well. It's really stupid looking. It's embarrassing. I am embarrassed for them. The only reason I watched it is because someone at work was, like, really excited about it, because she's, like, a really big Hilary Duff fan, and, like, wanted someone to talk to about it. Because, like, the reviews for it are all terrible, and frankly, it was maybe a little worse than that, and so I was like, I don't really want much more of this. Exactly, it's somehow like a matte background with more steps. I'm not even sure it's that. I think it's a matte background that they just did bad. Because, like, with a matte background, you might still have a physical set piece, like the Brooklyn Bridge section that they built that honestly also doesn't look super convincing. But the fact that you can, I swear to God, see if you can find a screenshot or something. Because, like, it's just, I mean, I guess the screenshot wouldn't sell it. You'd need a clip. But, like, it just, you can just see it, like someone literally, like, drew a water line and it doesn't move. And it just looks so stupid. No, matte paintings are great if they're used well, but, like, they shot way too close to it and you can just see not moving water. That's not a good use of matte paintings. Matte paintings are great for, like, a distant forest or, like a hilltop far away, you know? Like, it's not great for trying to do something, like, detailed and kind of close up. Need to close one eye and watch through a mesh screen. I mean, it could do it. That might do it. Just wear sunglasses. I mean, we could try all sorts of stuff, but I tell you what, even if you make that scene less embarrassing, it's not gonna save that show. It's unfortunate. They did a couple things right, but they're things that are overshadowed by a lot of things that they did not do great. Anyway, it's riddles time. Hey, Alicia, I found some Zodiac riddles. Were these what you were looking for? You don't Need me to solve these too, do you? Excellent, thank you. These notes provide conclusive proof that the one attempting to communicate with an astral identity was none other than the mayor. The next step of this mystery surely awaits at the town hall. Since that's not on campus, there's no rule preventing me from following it myself. Is there anything else you need help with? I have given the matter deep consideration, and I will not ask you to assist further. You must focus your energies instead on the vital work of Tactics Club. I appreciate that. But I don't know if I would call CNC vital, exactly. I mean, I think it can help people, but we're not out solving mysteries or rescuing people. That's more in line with, like, the Rescue Rangers. You know, Chip and Dale. Nonsense. Tactics Club is crucial and sensible training, although less effective than Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers. The world is full of those preparing to protect civilians from fire, wolves, or other dangers. But who else will they turn to when they need to fight trolls, space wolves, or supernatural forces of evil? Tactics Club provides its members with more important experience and a unique skill set. Never underestimate its value. I personally have become much more improved as a single person since joining it. Thanks, Jania. I got a book. Power Word Preserve is a limited ability that gives an ally +1 damage and a second attack if they KO an enemy. Now that is how you do a limited ability. That's probably the first one in the game that I don't think smells like a butt. Zaka says, all I know about the show is seeing adult Hilary Duff is jarring because, yeah, no, I get that. She was also on The Bachelor promoting the show because it's all ABC owned. And there's this really awkward interaction where she was like hosting this birthday party for a child. I don't think it was her child. Maybe it was, but they didn't say that. But like there was a children's birthday party and like a bunch of the contestants on the show were supposed to help like plan it and make it nice or whatever. And like one of the girls was just like absolutely tomfooling around and like did just nothing, and actually that same woman dropped the child's cake on the ground. Just real class act. But like there was a point where like she was like deliberately not doing work, and this woman just goes up to Hilary Duff and is like, "Hey Hilary Duff, I'm a big fan." She's like, "Yeah, like party's like really important to that kid. How's your progress going?" And she's like, "I came here to date Clayton, so I don't care." And then Hilary Duff's kind of like, "Cool, I guess." And then they cut away and she's like, "I don't know about that woman. She doesn't seem great." Pegasus offers that tabletop role-playing game strategies do help in real life because at work, he approached a coworker from behind and got a flanking bonus for small talk. Yeah, I mean that could do. Flanking is a funny thing that's come up a lot on the Glass Cannon podcast, which if you're interested in tabletop role-playing games, I do recommend. They follow Pathfinder, the specific game, and I enjoy their banter quite a bit. But they've expanded their roster a lot since they started, and they've added a bunch of like actresses and other like talent, like a lot of women who like bring a lot to the game chemistry wise and don't have as much experience doing like role-playing games. A lot of them do, but like not as much as the guys who've been playing like a really long time. And like it's come up multiple times that like people just like don't know what flanking is. And so they'll be like, "Oh no, you should move here for flanking." And they're like, "Yes, flanking. That is a thing I would want to do and a thing I definitely understand." Also, Alchemist boosts his charisma with pumpkin spice lattes. I think that does work. I think that's a real thing. Hey, whose ability was that, by the way? Is that a Jania skill? Tab? Character sheet. Jania. Crap, it is, but it's like, it's in the dumb territory. I guess this isn't the worst. What's the specialization? So, wait a minute. Oh, that's actually really interesting. This is actually the kind of thing I've wanted for a while. I think I've actually specifically said a few times that, like, I wish I could give someone's turn to another player. Probably a lot of the time, specifically Jania, because her basic ability is such garbage. But, like, with this, twice per battle, she can instead boost someone's damage by 1, and if they knock out an enemy with that attack, they can attack again. Which, as I say that out loud, sounds like the special ability of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster. I mean, these abilities are okay. These are both solid. But that is really interesting. I think I'm gonna, like, try that. What's the other thing do? Basic attacks give -1 movement. Yeah, it does change her specialization for sure. Kind of excited about that one. Okay, chat. Do we go fishing for more side quests? Because I think there's one out there. Do we learn about Foxbat? Or do we do main story? Let me actually see if I can find where the side quest is. I think it was like... Not one here. One here. Is there still one on the quad? Oh, we might actually be out of side quest. It's possible we are... No, wait. The side quest was in our hearts all along. That was a Baphomet quest. What's up, False Alchemist? You like Foxbat? Yeah, let's do Foxbat. Something has happened? What do you think Batman's reaction would be to Fox Batman? That's a good question. I mean, given the way that Duncan describes Fox Batman, he kind of doesn't offer a lot in terms of, like, inspiration for dangerous skills or powers. So I kind of think Batman's reaction would just be, like, raise an eyebrow and see how it plays out. Like, is that like another Arkham villain, or is that nothing? It's kind of hard to tell at Gotham. The Search for Hermit, Star Trek II. And suddenly everyone's here again. Alright everyone, you've received a request for assistance from Yin, Guardian of the Blissful Isles. He's asking you to come out to the shore of the Blissful Isles. He's heard tell of your deeds and needs your help. This sounds like a Sonic the Hedgehog plot. When you arrive, you find the Blissful Isles not particularly blissful, although, in fairness, sounding like a Sonic the Hedgehog plot is probably fitting for the Animal Identification Club, which, if we're being honest, is like, it's furries. The island seems strangely quiet, ominously devoid of the usual birdsong that earned them the reputation of an exotic paradise. Greetings, Guardian. How may we be of assistance to you? Although you already suspected as much, Yin tells you that the species of the island are vanishing one by one. Is it some strange malady? Malady? Or is there a more sinister force at work? Clearly this dark force is nothing compared to my own darkness. I assume we simply destroy it and all will be well. Sort of. Actually, Yin wants your help finding someone. Legend has it that deep in the heart of the island there's a Hermit Enchanter. If you have seen him, this hermit's powers are said to be vast and righteous. So why hasn't he already used them if he's so powerful? Good question. This is what Yin wishes you to help him discover. So I guess that's the deal. We just head to find the Hermit Enchanter, then we'll win and everything will be fine. Everyone ready? Intriguing! I always find it rewarding to meet beings of legend. White Falcon and I are at your disposal, kind Guardian. Into the depths of the island you go. When you venture further into the island in search of the Hermit Enchanter, you're suddenly beset by strange creatures. They block your path with an unnatural fierceness. They must be from RuPaul's Drag Race. Otherwise, they might be minions of a dark power causing this trouble. I don't mean to imply that those are the same thing. Oh no, what do we do? It's okay. As a Floromancer, your tactics power summons magical living plants that can shoot seeds at your enemies. If there's one thing a flying fox can do, it's disperse seeds and pollinate plants. That's actually two things. which shows you how critical they are to the ecosystems in which they live. Wow, more facts. Please play my game and stop talking. Seed Dispersal, costs 5. Range of 3, damage 2. First one, it hits every square within... Okay, so they're not turrets, which is what they sound like. When you call something Snipe Sprout, it sounds like a turret. But it's kind of like a landmine, or like a proximity bomb, I guess. You can basically place Plants vs. Zombies. That is correct. That is accurate. Summons it, dispelling the oldest Snipe Sprout. So you can have maximum... Oh, if you have more than 3. You can have maximum 3. That's... Oh my god. That's so many... Do you have any idea how long one of these games has to go on for me to try and use my tactics ability 4 times on a one character? Because I will remind you that every tactics ability has a cooldown period where they can't be used on consecutive turns. Which would mean that at minimum, I would need to play an 8-round fight focusing almost solely on summoning Snipe Sprouts in order to butt up against that. That sounds insane. I mean, there are a lot of characters who have optional equipment that, like, cares about standing in bad terrain, but the problem is that it's still bad terrain and I don't think I want to stand in it. Okay, so what is your deal? You look bad. Did I fight one of these? I might have fought one of these. In, like, the Paladin challenge? Thunder Slam. His basic attack deals 4 damage in a burst. And if they're at low health, they basically just die. Wow, this guy sucks. I don't care for him. And we have, like, Wizard guy and, like, a super archer. Wow, like, all of that sounds bad. There's, like, 3 generic guys, but, like, all the ones that aren't generic sound like absolute terrible. I don't have any idea what I want to do about that. Unfortunately, I can't trample into the archer. One of the first things that comes to mind is to use Jania with her new power ability and just, like, send Trample Guy, like, rampaging through the forest. But I have to use him, right? Now he's mandatory? Yeah, now he's mandatory. But that's not great for me. Might want you to use seeds. I mean, that's probably the intention, yeah. But I have a history of trying to ignore what the game tells me to do because a lot of the new characters have underwhelmed me. So it has range of 3, so I can use it as, like, a ranged tactics attack with, like, an area of effect, which, like, there are precious few of. So, like, we have that going for it. That likely means I don't want to use Rogi. Or maybe that just doesn't. Like, using area of effect here seems good. Although, you could, like, choke point the edges. But that would take a lot of work. You only get enough skill points at the beginning to use your ability once. So I would somehow have to, like, gather, like, 5 tactics points from, like, my other 2 attacking characters, like, before the start of round 2. Like, that sounds really hard to do. But it does seem really likely that I would use his tactics ability to, like, mess with all of them. I think it might be Cavalier and Rogue. I think I want Rogue to take out this guy and Cavalier to... No, I guess Cavalier doesn't kill this guy. Huh? There's some other way I can work that. Wait, what's your movement? It's 2. Assuming she doesn't cheat super badly, if I don't get, like, in this row at all ever, she can't actually attack me. So then what if... That's gonna be really hard to do. If I try to pull him... No, I could do it, maybe. I could maybe do it. Let me see if I can check something. What this range is? Hard to, like, get it to... I guess I can't do that. Just 4. If I stand here... Roll 2. Nah, that's not gonna do it. I can't Cavalier attack him then, because Cavalier needs space on either side so I can trample over them. So, instead of Cavalier, I think it's Jania? I did that wrong. That all seems correct. No, that's that weird thing I got I don't want. Pretty sure I want her with that ability. This doesn't look like a confusion board. I mean, I guess I could, like, launch a confusion here and target all these guys. I think Snipe Sprout might actually be better for this specific configuration. Because, like, it affects him more. Actually, wait. Is Snipe Sprout physical damage? Is, right? No, it's magic! Ooh, that's actually a good combination of abilities. Okay. I'm gonna pick Jania and just, like, hope for the best. Unclear to me if I have her use her repeat ability on the first turn, or to not do that. Actually probably makes sense. It just feels like he's gonna be a problem, and I kinda want him dead. Let's give it a shot! Wish me luck, chat. Fire off a lucky sound effect if you have one. Can't get closer than that, huh? That's disappointing.
Babe?
I mean, I think this is the thing I'm doing, but I don't have to like it.
Babe?
In brambles! Thank you, chat, for all the good luck. No. You know what? Give this guy a good old yank. Ooh, you already have emotes pending approval, Alcadius? That's exciting. Limit ability, maximum of 2 uses per battle. Ooh, you know what? How far away can I target him? Because I want her to start moving towards the other side of the board because she's slow as molasses.
Babe?
Yeah, that's a good... Wait. Wait. Wait? Wait up... Wait? Oh, no, that's right. You only... Wait. Yeah, no, I'm just stupid. You do have to use it before, which is a good thing to learn. I'm gonna reset turn just because... Better thing to do with her? Maybe... I mean, I guess I would rather just not have used that ability with the limited usage. You get 2 reset turns, and I don't like using them, but I end up using them a lot because I often just goof the rules. And I honestly think that responsibility for that is about 50% on me, and about 50% just, like, the game rules being weird. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy has magic armor. His other... Hang on. Please show me... Some of the controls are a little fiddly. I feel like I would... Yeah, okay. I was highlighting this and it wasn't showing me the thing. Does 3 damage. I could boost it to 4. It actually doesn't do anything, realistically speaking. But I think knowing that... Wait, why is it doing double extra? Why is it doing double extra? Base damage 3, ambush, right, person... Oh, I forgot to factor ambush before. Because I'm a clown. Explode. Now, the problem is, he can keep attacking. But I'm pretty sure it's just bad to do that. Because it means bringing this guy closer to punching my head in. You don't get another move, right? Yeah, you just get another attack. Which is, like, pretty good with Rogi because he has, like, a ranged attack. But I have... Like, this was specifically the only position I could be in to hit that guy with that attack that killed him. So that's more or less what I wanted to do. Oh, I didn't move her. One thing that I do not... Wait, Snipe Sprout gets its own attack? Oh, it like, literally attacks. I thought the brambles were the attack. I mean, yeah, I guess. Oh, I have to target one of them. Well, oh. It does... It was supposed to do magical damage. Didn't it say magical damage in the character sheet? I specifically looked for that. Shoot this guy. Oh, wait. Huh. It wants to attack the plant. That's weird. Well, the brambles do magic, but, like, I feel like the character sheet description should explain the type of damage it actually does, because brambles are just an established state-based effect. Like, I think I want to shoot this guy. I think I want to... Oh no, because it's physical, he also has armor. Forgot that the assassins get physical armor? God, the assassins are such jerks. Really hate that. I might as well just kill one of them. A little disappointing, because there's so much physical armor in this thing that's supposed to demonstrate how cool this ability is, but whatever. The thing I was going to say before I hit there was... It annoys me in this game that you cannot attack and then move. I feel like you should get both actions, but this game insists that you always move before attacking. It was a really interesting choice that I did not see coming. It's disappointing that that is not in range. I guess I want you to go, like, there. How far can you move? You can move exactly where I want you to go? That's pretty exciting. It does mean he's probably gonna get shot. Closest. Hey, question. I move here, for example. You do not deem me closest. That's fair and interesting. So the question then becomes, I can, like, kill this guy by pulling him close. Physical armor. Barf. Right. It's possible I should have moved to the magic grappling hook. I really didn't clock how many of these things had physical armor. Guess I'll kill this guy. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you spaced everything such that it's extremely super hard for me to attack stuff. Right, I suppose that's a way that you could move. Yeah, I mean, that's a little on me, sure. Brambled! Wait for her to hit anything? No, right? The answer is no. Yeah, I'm definitely not making par on this one. That's fine. It's gonna take like 2 million turns because of how awkward their initial layout was. I mean, I guess I could... I guess I could use the Perseverance skill again. But I'd have to find some position where I could attack more than one thing. And I can't really do that. It's actually because you don't get any additional movement with the Persevere skill, it's actually like really awkward to try and use with most characters. Like maybe only Rogi is good with it. Because you could do like a physical and then a ranged. I mean, I guess it works with certain characters' tactics powers. It's actually probably fine with the mage too, since she has kind of a ranged attack. Yeah, I definitely want to kill her because the range thing has become a real problem. I mean, she was able to shoot me once and I didn't like it. I didn't like how that felt. And you move pretty far, but not far enough. So, like, how much do you move? Move 2. You're almost definitely moving blah blah. And the range on your attack is 1. So let's move to, like, here, I guess? And then, like, just move you as close as possible, because frankly, like, you're just never gonna do anything, Jania. You're very slow. Yeah, I'm aware that I'm super inefficient. Thank you. So question... Oh, I guess I could, like, move here. I can move here? Huh. Does that do something for me? So I can do Perseverance and kill... Actually, can I kill that guy? Because he has double physical armor. It would mean I'd basically have to add 2 more damage somehow. Not eligible for ambush. I think there's a way to do this. I think if I Perseverance on Rogi and then move him over to here and push so that these guys are in the same spot. Oh no, but if I don't kill him, I don't get the bonus. Yeah, there's a lot of caveats to that. I don't love that. Yeah, I mean, like, her softening up the guy with an attack would be the only way I could set it up so that I could have her ability do what I want it to do. So that obviously doesn't work. I don't like this guy. I don't like either of these guys. Like, 2 physical armor is, like, too much physical armor. Well, I can't... So here's part of the problem. I can Bramble again this turn, But in order to do that, I have to use someone's basic ability first, because I am 1 tactics point short of being able to actually, like, cast the Snipe Sprout or whatever. If I already had the points to do it, then I could set up a pretty good turn. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't, so I can't. So that's one of the things that's making this turn tricky. So like, hypothetically, I could, like, move here, grappling him to, like, here. Grappling is basic, so he could then Snipe Sprout. Oh! Snipe Sprout doesn't, Persevere does not say it can't be, like, a tactics power or something, right? Attack deals +1 damage, attack a second time to KO an enemy. Okay, okay. I'm gonna trust my instincts and see if this works. So I need push, which does damage. It does of them. And then guess you can move here and Perseverance. I actually think it matters where I stand. I mean, this guy's gonna be dead, so I don't really care about what he does. It shouldn't matter where I stand. I'll get close. I'll get cheeky. And then Blammo. So that kills 1 person, so I get another attack. Although I guess I can't use that attack. But at least this also does extra damage to the other guy. Oh, wait, maybe the Bramble. No, because the Bramble doesn't do enough damage to actually hurt him, right? I can shoot myself. I mean, shoot him because he's the last guy left. And yeah, unfortunately you don't get another move. Factoring the wrong move. Yeah, I mean, like pretty close. Well, standing in the Bramble does 1 magic damage, but at the end of his turn. So he'll have to, like, land on it. I think it's the end of his turn. I don't think it's just end of turn. I think it's the end of his turn. No, you're right. I don't think that's par, though. I made that look real hard. Yeah, too many turns taken. Whatever. I don't care. That was a lot more fun than most of the recent challenges. I'll say that. You did it! You've made it to the heart of the island where the Hermit is said to reside. There was obviously just 1 big guy and a couple elves or whatever. In a clearing, golden haloed from a single shaft of sunlight, you see a single grand tree. In the bark at the base of the tree, you see a drawing. It seems like someone has very intricately carved the image of a Hermit Enchanter into its trunk. So, wait, is the Hermit the tree? Is it inside the tree? Neither. It seems like the Hermit was just a story, a legend that represented how people could work together to protect the land. But he has to be able to help us, right? The story was meant to help people by inspiring them. It was the friends we made along the way. It says that you could be the Hermit Enchanter because you can band together to defend the island. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Wait. What do you mean the Hermit doesn't exist? That can't be right. How are we supposed to save the island? Maybe just work together, please. Oh, I missed a reply earlier, Alcadius. You have Scrooge McGoose, Donald Boots, and Pistol Chan. That sounds right. That sounds like emotes I would expect to see in your chat. I assume that you have hand-drawn the geese. Is that correct? Well, you think this is a heavy-handed? I feel like she's just being very clear, right? It's actually kind of funny to me, him putting up resistance with how, like, blatant she's made that message. The story of the Hermit is, please just keep playing the campaign, you idiot. I mean, you have a party of strong adventurers. Maybe you're stronger than you think. No, that's not fair. I'm not strong. I thought you said this was a good campaign. That would help me. The Hermit has to be here. They have to be okay. It's okay. We can help you save the island. Indeed. Quaver not, fair guardian. The party shall support you. I don't know. Nerds! Enough! Cool it! Listen up, fox boy. You gotta decide right now what you're gonna do. Who are you? Some useless rabbit who curls up to die at the first sign of trouble? Did you join us because you want to help your friend, or are you too much of a scared little baby to be on your own? Do you think someone like that stands a chance of actually helping Avery? You're right. If I'm gonna help Avery, I need to be strong. Avery wouldn't quit. I'm happy to hear. I mean, it's basically written at this point. You kind of gotta do the thing. All right, just let me know when you're feeling ready to continue. Baphomet, that display was truly inspiring. Yeah. Pull up. Alright. So we have Baphomet side quest, more Fox Bat, or
Sir?
other main story thing. It's choose your own adventure, what do you want? Tough but fair? Yeah, probably. In context. Baphomet. Sure, she had a good scene.
Sure.
Let's see what she's up to. Can I access it from here? Wait, can I access it from here? Wait, can I do it now? Because she's in this room, can I not do? Cannot I do it? Let's go to the map. It is also here. She is in two places at once. She is some sort of hologram clone. Hello, Baphomet. Hello, Baphomet. Hey, got a sec? There's something I wanted to talk about. Sure, let's give them something to talk about. I'm pretty sure this is what that song was about. Sure, what's up? Listen, you're good at people stuff, right? Talking? I guess. I mean, Jania's probably better at talking to people than I am. That's kind of the problem. You think you could give her this note? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't think Baphomet has, like, a crush on Jania, do you? You don't think that's possible, is it? She's so rebellious she tapped into quantum physics. You've just described, Bunny Chan doesn't dream... No, Bunny doesn't dream of Rascal Chan? Dang it, I can't remember the name of it. This really weird anime that I found, like, late last year that, like, has a bunch of quantum physics stuff randomly in it that's, like, powered by teenage drama. It's like, if you have enough of an existential crisis in high school, you will create, like, a warp field of quantum physics. Rascal doesn't dream of Bunny Senpai. You actually know what the thing is. Or you Googled it very quickly. Babe? Huh? But she's right over there. You can like see her from here. Someone who's actually watched it. I really enjoyed it. I just can't remember the name. Because it's a weird name. But I really liked it. I've heard that the manga goes on a lot longer, but I don't know where to find it. Because we live in the new age. And I won't say any more about what that means. Can't you just say whatever's in the note? No. Will you do it or not? Sure, I guess. Hello, Jania. Hey, Jania, I've got something in my front pocket for you. Here, it's a confusing anarchy note. A clandestine missive. I shall read it immediately. Oh, well. Well then. Is it okay? She didn't say anything too mean, did she? No. No, not at all. In fact, I should go over there right now and tell her something. Actually, do you think you could give her a return message for me? Here, I'll write it right now. What? Why? I can make out hi Baphomet, but I think the rest of it is genuinely just scribbles.
Babe?
What? Why? Baphomet is a fierce and independent person with a powerful aura. As such, it can occasionally be difficult for a psychically sensitive person such as myself to approach her. Overwhelming. Okay, but... Please, Alicia? Fine. Hey, Baphomet! Hey, did you cut the cheese? I'm making all these references really quickly that if you, know me super well, you might actually understand. But if you don't, I sound insane! False Alchemist says, the note says she thinks I'm kinda sussy baka, but she's willing to look past it and vent with me. I think that's correct. You're also nervous because lesbians maybe. Why would lesbians maybe make you nervous? I mean, I think there's cause to be nervous about the fact that they're lesbians if that makes you nervous. This might be a lesbian thing. You know, the L word? Oh, I see. Jane's like, I'm a little concerned that we might be lesbians together. Hey, here, she sent you this note. Luckily, I haven't read anything, so the subtext is lost on me. Now, in fairness, we did actually foreshadow her ineptitude when it comes to romantic interest because, I think his name was Todd? He left a love note, right here where Baphomet is standing. And it was basically like, hey, I think you're super cool and maybe you should talk to me. And then she, hands a note to Todd. She's like, hey, it seems like someone really likes you. That's cool. Let me see. Huh? I don't see why you couldn't just... Here, take back my response. What? Oh! Hey, Jania. Have you met Ted? This is starting to get silly, you guys. He responds. Let me read. I also like her hair. Do you think... do you think maybe that they're lesbians together? And you should probably go tell her that. Alicia, can you please do it for me? You should need to start charging postage. I'm not gonna tell Baphomet that you like her hair. Now the fun thing about this quote out of context is that Baphomet is traditionally not a student at your high school. It is in fact some powerful otherworldly creature. So it's funny for someone to be like, dude, I'm not gonna tell Baphomet that you like its hair. You're basically right next to each other. Get a bench. But her aura can change the entire psychic landscape in a moment. I could be crushed. You are the great mediator, Alicia. It is your destiny. Tell Baphomet Jania likes her hair. You couldn't even write that one down. Jania likes your hair. Please let me leave. Really? I mean, of course she would. It's inspired by real occult garbage and not fake goth crap. Hey, go ask her. No, for God's sake, she's right there. Please, let me leave. It'll be fine. You'll both be fine. You're lesbians together. Thanks, Alicia. They're cute! I think that's cute. Upgrade for Hecate. Hellburst is her basic attack? Everything gains chain. Now that actually maybe makes that character playable. For God's sake, she is terrible by default. Literally just said I'm too nervous to compliment her directly. Correct. That's cute. They're an interesting couple. Wait, what is... Hold on. No, hold on. Pat, you can figure out what you want to do next. Talk to a fox or do the other thing. But, like, what if I talk to them? Like, what... Oh, no. Oh, I messed up! They went away! Sorry. I didn't... To be clear, I wasn't trying... Well... How was I supposed to know? Alicia, this fascinating conversation would never have happened if not for your brave effort. I mean, it's possible they just say the same thing. What? Oh, she gone now. She gone now. Can I find where she gone to? Wait, the quad. The quad! Something new has happened at the quad. We scared the lesbians. Note the lesbians in their natural habitat. They are easily frightened. Ah, that's how you win an album. Baphomet's tape is over. This might be a good chance for me to really talk to her. Oh, ask Baphomet about music. Hey, Baphomet, I wanted to ask you about music. What kind of music? The kind you like. Music is really special to you, right? Why do you like that one band so much? Susie and the Banshees? The only way to understand is to listen. Here, track 1, Spellbound. All wait. It is implied some time passed and we listened to a song. I guess that was pretty good. I didn't actually hear it. Pretty good? When you take a breath, the air doesn't turn to venomous living thorns. Is it pretty good? Maybe? Wait, Sarah, is this a real band? Wait, hold on. Is this a real band? Here, you know, first off, that's incredible. That's a real... Were you familiar with them before this game? I've never heard of them. I genuinely assumed they were fake. False Alchemist also jokes, here, listen to my mixtape. Today, when I went to the store, someone left... this is weird. Someone left a moving truck outside the grocery store with, like, music just blasting out of it. And it wasn't music I've heard before, so it was either some, like, deep cut band or something. Or, like, it was just someone, like, playing their mixtape loudly in the parking lot, and I guess they would have rented, like, a moving truck to do that? And I'm like, either way, I find that a really interesting use of your time and resources. I guess I didn't expect you to get it. What kind of music do you usually like? I don't know, whatever's on the radio. I don't listen to music very often. Seriously? Who doesn't listen to music? There must be something out there you would like. Joey from the old New Wave Club wouldn't stop recommending music to people. If you asked him to find you something, it'd probably be the best thing that's ever happened to him. Maybe I will. Thanks, Baphomet. Oh, that's why there's, like, one member of the previous club that the game will tell you where it is. This is new wave goth music. Like, the band is... Wait, is the band actually new wave goth? Because she is, like, a goth who hangs out with new wave kids, and I've always been confused about that. Well, I guess that explains that. If it's a real band, that is new wave goth. Oh yeah, he is in the auditorium, huh? We saw him earlier when we were trying to spy unsuccessfully. Hey, Joey, Baphomet said you're the best person to ask for a music recommendation. This guy had a voice. Hey, chat, what's his voice like? Because I don't remember now. I'm gonna assume that this song that has occasionally played, not Spellbound. He's Really? That's amazing! I'm so happy! I mean, cool, right on! First, let me ask you, you good with electronic toms, or does it have to be the real thing? I definitely don't know what that means. I don't listen to music much, and I don't know where to start. No problemo! You've come to the right place! I'll just ask you some simple questions to figure out what band is right for you. Question 1. If you could have dinner with one shape, what shape would it be? I mean, it's triangle, right? Because, like, a hexagon is not a viable shape, but, like, you know, in to pay respects to our roots in the sky town of Basel, we live the triangle lifestyle. Interesting! Question 2. Bird lands on a tree branch. The branch shakes almost imperceptibly. The bird shakes the snow from its feathers. What color is the bird? The bus driver's eyes are brown. Red. I think it was on Twitter, I saw someone, like, say, like, whenever there's, like, a heavy snowfall, we get a bunch of cardinals in our backyard, and it's really kind of a drag or something like that. And then they just, like, photoshopped a bunch of, like, Catholic cardinals into the backyard. It was like, oh, I see, that's not what I expected. Alright, cool. Now, question 3. Why? Why is the bird... Nah, just in general. Why? See, it's funny, because one of my more recent life philosophies is that why is the most important question. It's a question people do not ask enough, and that answering is extremely helpful. Why not? Because people are generally good. Because of a wizard, probably. Why are you asking? I mean, it's definitely wizard. It's definitely, as Chad agrees, it's a wizard. Okay, that's what I needed. Give me a second to calculate. I'm doing Grover. It's lost a little Elmo. No way! That's the same as Siggy's result. Maybe you'll be the new band he's into. They're called Chair 2-2. There was already a band called Chair and one called Chair 2. Anyway, they play all the bass. This sounds like the intro to a 90s adventure game. Which I guess I don't hate. I guess that was pretty good. Trust me, I know about this stuff. Listen to it 30 or 40 more times and it'll grow on you. That was, certainly a lot of information. I can't believe how different these guys are than Baphomet. She must really love her music to have spent so much time with them. That definitely takes some strength. And somehow this gave us an upgrade. Such that Hellburst gives enemies -1 magical armor for 1 turn. Hey, do you suck less now? Like, how much less do you suck? Oh, I've somehow unlocked all of her abilities? Somehow? Did I even choose these? I did, I remember setting that. Other specialization is Power Word Devour Soul deals +2 damage to enemies at full health. That doesn't seem good. But giving chaining seems good. Oh, Zacula, I don't think you were here last week, but they like forced me to play like Baphomet a bunch, and she just sucks. Like, her default mode is that she has to get up like really close to people and then do like a burst attack. But like the enemies very rarely like cooperate with that. So essentially what would happen is you'd like go up to one enemy, explode with anger, and then like 3 enemies would come over and punch you. It just sucks. Character's Crucible challenge. Does that mean I have to do that thing? Alright, I guess I'll leave that up to chat. So I finished this. So, okay. We once again have 3 options. 1, more Fox stuff. Foxbat. More Foxbat news. 2, advance the other part of the main story. 3, do Baphomet's ultimate skill unlock challenge, which will be difficult and probably mildly annoying. All of these things would be accessed from the same place, however. Accidentally talked to you. Not important. Goodbye. Baphomet? Okay, fine. We'll do the thing. Yeah, it's true. Like, it's a lot more tempting when it's, like, the last thing for the character. I have to find another one of these. I don't like that. Limited ability that deals low. Yeah. It's not the worst. It's interesting that all of Hekate's challenges have an optional second win condition of dealing 25 damage to in general. So here's a thought. I don't know why. Oh, it's selected the rest of my team. So if I like put her here, her movement is 3. So I think I could move her to this. Is there a way for me to set this up so that I can just like do like 1 billion damage? I'm gonna tentatively set something up. Don't hold me to this. This, and sure, that maybe doesn't matter. So, Shadow Shove. Oh, Shadow Shove does 3 by default? I don't think I can do it. How much? So if I do Perseverance, then it makes the Hellburst attack do +1 damage to each target. If I move her into the middle of this group, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. So increases the base damage to 3, so that does 15. And it's a magical attack, so their physical armor doesn't matter. So then I would just need her to do 10 more damage. Is there another character or ability I could use to increase her damage further to simplify my life? I think it would have to be like an optional... Wait a minute. Oh, no, it's the stun ability. You have one of those weird power words. Inspired. Basic attacks add +2 tactics points. No, that's bad. It's not what I want. That's bad. Any of these do... Armor. Trample taunts? Boo. Trample taunts. What I want to do is be so big brain that I find some way to like have her do 25 damage in 1 turn and just win, which clearly the encounter shouldn't let me do, and I don't know why I'm like pretending like that's something I should be able to do. But oh, wait a minute. The base damage goes up to 3, but it would kill 1 enemy, which means that she could do another 12 damage. And also kill... Okay, we're definitely doing that. Like Jania Baphomet is definitely the way we start. If you didn't follow that, watch. It's probably gonna look cool. And then, like, who's the third character? Because, like, my whole thing is that I just want Hekate to blow everyone up so I don't have to, like, do a super hard battle. Someone who... I don't know. I mean, this guy's kind of gated, right? Can he move past his friend? Both have movement too. It probably doesn't matter. Be like, move to here. Move to here. Your range is, like, not great. I'm not sure it matters who the last character is. You know, I think I'm gonna bring Paladin. He can taunt or stun something if he has to. Your deal. Movement 2, range 1. Could attack him there. Whatever. Okay. Sure, let's try it. Okay, so... the range on this is... okay, use Power Word Preserve first. Move to center square. Use... let me make sure it's the right one. Use my basic attack. Kills one and does not kill the others. It does a total of 15 damage. So I only need to do 10 damage, and I get another attack. Can I do more damage? Because I can, like, use my tactics power, right? Does 5 damage per target? 2-hit KO! Two moves! Told you I could do it. I guess it's technically 3 moves, because I had to give her 2 moves by using another move. But as I said, it shouldn't matter who the third character was. Okay, cool. So I have that. So, just like real quick for my own... I still don't particularly like that character, although I will say that Jania's new power, as demonstrated, works really well with that character. But so, the Fire Tiles thing sucks. Is this good at all? That one's okay. This gives... it deals low physical damage and gives +5 tactics. I mean, it feels like you could specify what low damage is. It feels like you could do that for me, but I guess not. But, like... attacks do +1 damage? No. Not really. So I guess I might as well equip these, because I definitely think the chaining is, like, the best thing possible. Oh, I could have added the chaining to blow up another guy and do, like, a jillion more damage. I think that would have worked. No, chaining in this game is weird. I don't think that works, because it was at a diagonal. The guy I couldn't push. Don't bother trying to understand me. I'm just talking to myself. So now I can... her tactics ability deals +2 damage to full health enemies. That's not really actually that good, but I might as well get it for free. Okay, so then we're down to 2 choices. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? That's what I just... oh no, that was for her last equip item. This is for her ultimate attack. That's where I got confused. Because it gave an ability, I was thinking of that as her ultimate attack. But that was not correct. So this is 10 tactics points, 2 damage, and burst 4 is kind of interesting. Everything loses armor. Now that's actually like an ultimate power that's vaguely worth using. But I'll leave it up to you, chap. As the people who must endure me playing this game. We have, once again, 3 options. Somehow it's always 3. Would we like to get what I think is the genuine, actual, for real, seriously last ability for Baphomet? Would we like to do Foxbat things or plot things? To be clear, though, using any ultimate power is super difficult. Getting up to 10 tactics points while still having the enemies in some kind of pattern that you can actually, like, make use of an attack? Not easy. Plus, a bunch of the ultimate powers just kind of suck. They just actually suck a little bit. It's choose your own adventure. Someone's got to say something, or I'm just going to sit here and stare at the camera. Box myself in a corner here. Now somebody wants this. Someone in chat wants it. No passing. This round is for keeps. Dragon Ball Z. Gotta go Super Saiyan 2. That's the one. Should add a countdown timer to my stream deck. Be like, alright, just got 2 minutes and then I'm ending the stream super aggressively. No. I know some of you are streamers or streamer adjacent. Has anyone heard of the Elgato Stream Deck pedal? It's a thing that came out that's kind of interesting. It's a pedal with like 3 like pressure plates essentially, and you can like rig them to different like functions that you could like map to a Stream Deck button. So you can like do Stream Deck things without your hands. Contemplated buying it. I don't think I need it yet, but it sounds fun. Challenge. So you're looking for a challenge. I wonder if this one will let me, like, attack twice and kill everyone. It does not look like it. Defeat one of Airquine, Hornatrix, and Lion Man Chieftain. Oh. Oh, I see. That sounds bad for me. That sounds like I don't want that, though. Okay, so obviously she is required, so let me figure out what her game plan is this go around. Her base attack is burst 1, so it's like everyone immediately around her in a box. Devour Soul. Now, okay, the game says that Devour Soul does a low amount of physical damage, but it does 2, which is like a kind of average amount of physical damage. I mean, you could, I'm sure you could jerry-rig, like, you can, like, macro buttons to, like, your keyboard and stuff, but, like, with the pedal, you don't have to use your hands, and while I recognize you might be able to map that to an old keyboard, Zacula, then I'd have to, like, construct that in such a way that I don't just step on it and break it. And I don't know about you, but I don't trust me to do that. I'm assuming, Zacula, you have, like, a lot of foot dexterity. Have you ever been called Twinkle Toes? They have, like, 1 trillion health each. I'm not really sure what the game plan here is supposed to be. I mean, obviously you want to, like, take out some noobs. God, all of these look terrible. Like, each one of these sides would be obnoxious to battle. You have to do 3 all at once. I mean, I guess the idea is that if left to their own devices, they're gonna move in on the center, and then I'm just supposed to explode or something? Twinkle Toes is what you called your shiny Spinda? And a shiny Spinda? Wait, am I thinking of the right one? Is Spinda the one with the, like, everyone has, like, a unique placement of, like, spots on them? The, like, Confusion Dance Pokemon or whatever? Something about the term foot dexterity makes me viscerally uncomfortable. Zacula, if you didn't want to be viscerally uncomfortable, I don't know why you've been in my stream for like 45 minutes. It's like the reason you would come here is specifically that. Well, that or to see me yell at whatever video game I'm playing. Oh, here's something interesting. I can't use Foxbat because he's not technically indoctrinated into the team. I didn't even notice that before. I was thinking his ability might be useful here. How much is... No, Super Hard Kick only does like 8. Ugh. Ugh. Oh god. If I use the Paladin, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how his basic attack works, and I don't. I don't get it. I don't know how the ability works. You can write all the words you want on the screen, it doesn't make any sense to me. Every square within one tile of the tiles targeted square. So if I hit I hit this guy, then all the squares around him get hit by that ability, I guess. Guess? How much damage do that do? A small amount of physical damage. I can use stupid phrases too, game. Nothing, Ooh, Bag of Infinite Snow does actually add damage to my attack. But I don't think that's enough damage to not have an extremely bad time. This looks like... This is really hard. This is, like, by far the hardest thing I've seen in this game, and I've seen some crap that made me unhappy. I do not know what to do here. Brilliant Beam, yeah, like, that's not gonna do it. Smoke Bomb's not good enough. Gunhammer Slam? First one, from whatever I hit, and it can do 4 damage. And, like, makes them hit less. It's weird that I actually kind of want Paladin here. Mostly just because he has, like, a lot of health and has, like, that stun ability. Which I could still keep if I move to Infinite Snow. Oh no, wait, this is the thing that's confusing. Righteous Strike becomes Righteous Tempest, a physical attack that hits enemies in every direction. Does that mean that they hit every square around me and every square around the square I hit? Science can't figure out how these abilities work together. I don't want the +1 movement, but push is not helpful. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go Jania, Hecate, and Paladin. And she's gonna spend a couple of her turns letting them, like, double AoE attack stuff around them. And then maybe we'll have some bonus tactics points with which to have her, like, mind control one of the bosses or something. Yeah, that's the plan. So who wants to hit what? So you have a magical attack, so you want to probably attack these guys. Got a physical attack, so he probably wants to attack these guys. Oh, just shut up. Just shut up, though. It's not that I'm not much of a magic boy anymore, Zacula. It's just, I specifically dislike Arena. Like, there's other things that I, like, get mad about regarding Magic the Gathering, but, like, it's kind of a hallmark of being a Magic the Gathering player that you hate Magic the Gathering. But it's just, like, the decisions that they were making, even early on with Arena, were just super off-putting to me. Like, they were just super anti-player. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna make everything super difficult for the player to try and force people into funneling money towards us. And, like, I just, like, read those signs really early on, and then, like, lo and behold, it's only gotten worse. But I did see that they added Phyrexian mana again, which is cool, and, like, the Phyrexian angle of the story seems cool, even though I have not kept it. I will say, I have not recently been much of a Magic story boy lately, because they really burned me bad with the Theros Beyond Death or whatever. Like, I was so excited for Elspeth to come back, and then, like, Theros finally comes around after, like, 5 years, and, like, there's basically, like, an asterisk on the back of the booster pack that says, like, Elspeth is no longer dead. And, like, that was it. They literally posted a thing to their website that was, like, a single paragraph that was, like, Elspeth, like, saw Erebos and, like, ran away from him and got to the surface, even though he tried to stop her, and thus, she has conquered death. And it's like, Seriously? Oh. I misinterpreted this instruction. This isn't beat all of the bosses, which does seem like it would be borderline impossible. It is defeat of the bosses, one of them. So, that does require a different strategy, probably. So I guess I would want to focus on... like... weakness, they lose physical armor, and they do physical attacks. I don't like any of these. Don't like brambles or fire. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use Janya's Confusion. I do feel like Janya's one of these. Maybe it's like all of the mages focusing on the physical dudes? They could sort of do range? Pearl power? Oh, I saw the scavenging ooze cat scarf or whatever. That's a sentence that my entire chat can enjoy and understand. Yeah, the equipment creatures, I think, are cool. Individual flavor of some of them is questionable. I like the idea mechanically, definitely. Wait, your movement's 3, right? Be like 1, a 2, a crap. Your movement's like 0, 2, sure. Are your abilities correct? I just haven't actually used Mage in a while, despite the fact that it's definitely one of my favorite things. Spark does the thing I want. My ground effects versus this one. Like this one. Did it. You should find probably. Do I want to have that? Oh no, wait. This one has magic armor. Its friends have physical armor. This one has magic armor. So I guess I... Man, that stinks. So I have to take out a boss. I should definitely take out the one that has none magical armor. So Spark does enough damage that can damage the archer through their armor, but doesn't kill them. That gives me tactics points, which I think is the main thing that I want. And then I can move to 3 and like burst them, I guess. And I guess Janya's supposed to just sort of like hit it with the cone attack. I'm really tired of thinking about this battle, so I'm gonna do it. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it. Oh no, I could do that. Okay, because I can actually range 1, I thought I had range 0 on this. Sure. think maybe I should use Jania first then? What do you want to target, by the way? Most health. Got it. Okay. I mean, that's definitely just a risk that we run. Okay, there's a correct way to do this. This is fine for the first step. The first step's a little interchangeable. Move you to here, and we blast all of them. Gives us bonus tactics points, which is cool. Then we move you to here, wherein you can hit and kill. Oh, chaining is the reason that worked, not range actually being different. But she has another attack, and she can use her Soul Vortex, which does 4? Yeah, 4 is honestly pretty good. So the strategy works out such that I've tried to keep my characters as central as possible, so like the bosses can't reach them, I think. I'm gonna take a little... Oh, you're just gonna kill her, aren't you? I hate the assassins. They're such garbage. 3 damage and has ambush. So that shouldn't kill her unless this one also gets in range, which I don't think is possible. Let's just see. I'll restart the battle once if I have to, but I think I can actually get away with this and just be unhappy instead of mad. It's an important distinction for me, Vasco, who hates everything. Okay, did 5 damage for reasons unknown to me, so let's restart the battle and do exactly the same thing except be standing on the other side. I think is literally the only thing that I do differently. I need to move there, and then she can move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Hit her with the magic. Hit her with the power word. Hit him multiple times. And then... I mean, like, are you gonna kill me outright? You're gonna, like, damage me, but I don't think you're gonna kill me outright, because you don't get, like, double bonus damage. This side is definitely better than the other side. Say that about things. Move to this one. Move to moving it. So, pew. And annoyed that you closed that menu because I'm not done killing you yet. The range on that is pretty good, but not extremely helpful here. Just trying to do some damage. Maha! How do you have that range? I guess it's like just not possible to not have Mage die, huh? I guess Mage just dies in this room if she exists. Wow, that's super bad. I mean, I'm really not concerned about hitting par. I really just frankly don't care. But... do I actually have enough damage? This room sucks. I don't like it here. Nope. I need you to move to here. Probably. Well, I didn't really pay close attention to par. I mean, it may literally be, like I was joking, but it may literally be that, like, you can't hit par with Mage in this room because there's too many damage sources. Or maybe it's just not if you're, like me trying to just get this done really quickly. Like, maybe if you have her, like, hang back, they can't target her. If you're at, like, the far back of the starting area, I'm not sure things can target you. Look how much par I didn't hit. The par on this is ridiculous. It can go defecate in the woods for all I care. Get out of here with your garbage. Take 9 or less damage. Lose no players. Use 2 tactics powers. These are garbage stats. They're like, I mean, you saw what happened like when they get 1 turn. Like, because of the way the arena is configured with 3 bosses, you basically just do take a bunch of damage. Like, it's not reasonable to expect considerably less than what I took. Alright, well, Baphomet's done, and so is this stream. Safety save. Quit to main menu. Actually, I'm probably just gonna quit to desktop, frankly. Well, I don't really feel bad about it because I knew going into it that that was going to be insane, and also, it was fun to have a turn where... I mean... Sometimes this game gets me. Where, like... I think my earlier point stands, in that I think that progression, such as it is in this game, is too slow. Like, Jaina's, like, you can attack twice if you kill something power, is huge. I love it a lot. It makes me care a lot more about these combats that have been really frustrating and, like, take a really long time. Like, I much more enjoy the puzzle of, like, how can I set this up so that I can kill 2 enemies and then hit the 3rd guy really hard a 2nd time. Like, that is kind of fun. A lot of these encounters are more like that last fight we did, where it's just sort of like, here's, like, 16 guys on a small board. If you give them a turn, they'll probably kill one of you. But, like, don't take any damage or lose any characters. And it's like... I just don't want to. Like, I just don't... That doesn't sound fun, is what that does. I'm gonna close this. I don't want to listen to this anymore. But, like... I don't know. It's just... There's... To me, there is some disparity between the level at... The rate at which the difficulty of the challenges escalates versus the growth that you get. Because, like, a lot of the equipment, like, doesn't really make it so you can win fights faster or better. They're, like, really, like, corner case benefits that you can sort of work towards, but, like, don't really help you meet, like, par. And I don't even mean that as, like, it's important to meet par, but rather, like, it doesn't help you to, like, lose fewer characters, take less damage, do fewer turns. I'll give you that a lot of those abilities help you gain tactics points if you do something in a really specific way. But, like, there is something frustrating to me, because, like, early on it feels like, oh, so, like, the idea of this game is you get, like, 2 attacks and the battles are simple. That's fine. But the battles, like, rapidly progress to a point where it's like, here's, like, way too many enemies and you're definitely gonna take damage. And, like, you know, it's really easy for someone to just, like, snipe your mage or something. And, like, a lot of that's just, like, frustrating. It's like, I don't want to feel like I have to restart a challenge unless maybe it's, like, a boss thing. If, like, a boss is, like, difficult... And that's another thing. Like, I've increasingly found that the boss fights do not live up to the level of difficulty presented by, like, the regular encounters. Which, like, isn't the worst thing in the world, but doesn't feel right either. Something, I don't know. I will say I enjoyed Chapter 6 a lot more than I enjoyed Chapter, like, 4 or 5. And I say it in past tense just because we're down to, like, a couple of, like, main quest things, and then we probably fight the last boss, and then who knows. Well, maybe not the last boss. The last opponent in the snowball tournament. In case Neko's still here, I don't think I actually said tournament once in that entire stream until just then. So, all of that is to say, after some consideration of playing with the game, the more I've played it, the less I've enjoyed it to some extent. I do appreciate that we got some fun moments of character growth and some side quests that were actually just fun to execute, even though not all of them gave, like, legitimate rewards. But, like, my early impression of the game is that I was just gonna like it a ton, and then it was gonna be like a light, fun sort of thing. And it's not that it's like super difficult, it's just that it is a frustrating type of artificial difficulty. In the sense that like I feel like the difficulty most often comes from just like adding a bunch of enemies. Whereas it might be interesting if there was like actual tactical like solutions to like beat encounters easily. Like maybe the most fun I've had in this entire game was planning a turn where I could do 25 damage before the enemy got a chance to go, so I could like complete that intended to be pretty difficult challenge. And it's possible I've missed opportunities to do that other places, but even if I have, I don't think it's a lot of them. And like if you're gonna give like that kind of artificial difficulty of just like huge numbers of enemies to like plow through, like I would really like for there to be like equally cheesy ways to beat them. Because then it seems kind of fair. Because like if they're doing stupid stuff, I should be able to do stupid stuff. And I feel like I've mostly been having to play fair, and then the snow leopard boss moves 6 spaces and kills my mage in one shot. And that isn't fair. But you know, that's just my summary of what I've been thinking about playing this game over the past like week or so, because I got really mad at the snow leopard thing and then started trying to put thoughts into words. Tediousness in limits, sort of. Anyway, I don't want to fall into my obvious trap of just talking for a bunch at the end of the stream. Even if people watch these on YouTube, I know that they're not sticking around for this, so let's make it quick, shall we? I hope everyone's enjoyed this installment of Wintermoor Tactics Club. I have. It's been nice having you here. It's really been great hanging out with chat. People really just coming out and having a good time tonight. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, of course, there's one final order of business that we have to conclude before finishing the stream, and that is to locate a secret Squirtle. If you can see a Squirtle, it's not a secret. Otherwise, it could be hiding pretty much anywhere. There aren't really any other rules. But it is somewhere on the couch behind me, and if you are able to locate the secret Squirtle, then it is an omen of good luck in the week to come. And so I encourage you to take a moment to consider where Squirtle might be hiding, so that you can gain that elusive luck that I think we all could really. Also, I will state as a programming note, being January 29th, next weekend streams will be Resonance of Fate, as will the week after. The intention being, since Strong Week technically starts on Sunday the 6th or Monday the 7th, depending on how you look at it. I think we've always gone by Mondays because that was our old upload schedule. But it starts the week of 2/7, as I would say at work. So the idea is that I will stream it next week and post those to YouTube, and that will be like content for the first part of the week. And then we will stream again at the end of the week, and that'll be Strong Week. So keep that in mind. So Wintermoor Tactics Club and Super Auto Pets, or any other combination of things, won't return for a couple of weeks, but hopefully you are excited for me to pick up where I left off. And let me tell you that it's been something like 10 months since I last streamed Resonance of Fate, and in that entire period of time, I have left open the chapter overview that I was consulting when playing through the game last year. And I also, without even consulting that, remember exactly where we were at, which is we have to do the one-on-one fight with Zephyr on Rainy Bridge. That's the next chapter. And historically, I've been really bad at that, so look forward to failure and frustration almost immediately. Is this the last stream of this game? No, I mean, we're really close. I figured we were probably 2 streams away when we started this one. It might still be 2. It's unclear how much of game is left after the end of the snowball fight. I want to presume that it's not going to be much. My guess is like we do the snowball tournament, and then like the principal comes out and was like, It was me, Dio, all along. And then we, like, battle him, whatever that looks like, and then resolution. So I don't think it'll be a ton, but it might be more than simply that. But I don't see anyone else in chat making guesses, so I do believe it's time to try and locate the secret Squirtle. Ah, my feet are asleep. Both of them. I think first guess. A couple friends hiding there in the ant fort I've created, but unfortunately neither Anime Eeyore nor this tiny friendly narwhal are a Squirtle. Oh, that perhaps under Baymax, our newest addition couch, Carlos. He needs screen time because I love him and his big hug energy. But back there, our good friend Giant Head Star-Lord, not a Squirtle. I will reveal to you that Squirtle hiding beneath Baby Yoda. Thanks to everybody for playing along, and again, thanks for everyone coming out. It's been really exciting to have so many people hanging out during the stream, especially because dread is too strong a word, but I was not super excited to get back into this game. I do want to finish it, and I don't like hate the game, but like it has had some pretty frustrating moments. And I don't know, people hanging out really helped to energize me and the stream, and I appreciate it. I definitely had fun, and I hope you did too. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Whether it's for the upcoming weeks of Resonance of Fate streams for Strong Week, or just in the future when we return to complete this and maybe play some Auto Pets. We got Pokemon Pearl coming up. We got some things to do. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe, everybody. Good night.